Your dad's a martial god. So is your mom. Even your masseuse maid is an SSS rank prodigy. Yet you awakened the lowest D rank talent, leaving your cultivation far behind your peers. But you didn't care. You blew it off. Because even if they train for life, they'd still just be guards at your house. You were born to rule the celestial dominion. Then at 38, beasts invaded Earth. Your father was swarmed and killed, wiping out your entire family. At 60, the redemption system finally arrived. But you were way past your prime, so you found a Roadstar truck to restart. Waking up, you're 18 again, and the system activated 60 years early. The same maid is right there massaging you. Reunited 30 years later, your personal maid once fled your abuse. She left you behind. In the future, she becomes an 8th stage sovereign. Knowing you wronged her, you decide to apologize. Reward: divine talent, Black Emperor. You didn't expect your maid to become a sovereign, let alone get a divine talent as a reward. So you apologize right away. Chloe, I'm sorry. I've been a total monster all these years. It's all right, master. Wait, what did I condition her into? I genuinely mean it. I was wrong. I was a jerk and never cared about anyone. Please give me a second chance. Okay? It's okay. I know you're good at heart, young master. You just have a short fuse. Task complete. Issuing reward: divine talent, Black Emperor. Grants an eternal, indestructible body. Absorbs all spiritual energy and power, converting it into your own strength, and naturally counters every talent. Instantly, your level hits first stage, level 8. While you're stunned by this new power, young master, should we head home now? Or keep playing with my feet? Man, that's so messed up. A gentleman like me shouldn't. Okay, just a bit. Chloe blushes, ready for the next move, when the room door gets kicked wide open. A guy struts right inside. Well, having a wild time, buddy? How about we trade maids? Ryan Dalton is the club owner's brother. Your eyes narrow. Someone in Kingswell dares talk to you like this? Ryan clearly has no idea who you are. He just takes you for another spoiled playboy brat. Know who owns this place? Move it or you're banned for life. Before he finishes, he gets sent flying. Hitting the floor, Ryan is utterly dazed. Someone actually hit me here. I wasn't gonna hit you, but if Chloe slapped you, you'd enjoy it. After all, her sweet scent hits before her palm does. Is the young master standing up for me? Though she's just your maid, she holds SSS rank talent, so her power is no joke. She notices one key detail. Since when did young master get this fast? Do you even know who I am? Do you know who I am? Honestly, your rank doesn't give you the right to speak to me, but I'll grant you a chance to step out of line and die. The noise has drawn a crowd in the hallway. Guests poke their heads out to look. Holy crap, is that Ryan Dalton? He got hit. Wait, the guy who hit him looks familiar. Ryan loses his mind. He can tell you're only at first stage, level 8, while he's at peak first stage. As your next strike flies toward him, Ryan dodges back, barely avoiding it. Lucky for me, my talent is mind reading. I read your moves. Now let's see how you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Countless curses echo through your mind, leaving him zero combat intent to predict. Before Ryan can react, 3 slaps land hard. Stop. Stop hitting me. Not only is his body wrecked, his spirit is crushed. Just then, an authoritative roar echoes out. Stop right there. The crowd parts immediately. A cold-faced man strides forward. It's Ryan's older brother, Nathan Dalton. He came to save his brother, but the moment he sees your face, his face turns ghost white. Holy shit. It's him. Bro, save me. He hit me. Break his leg. Nate, didn't I tell you no one enters my room? Is this how you run things? Everyone freezes, and Ryan is totally stunned. His usually terrifying older brother drops straight to his knees. I'm sorry, Mr. Hayes. My mistake. The crowd instantly goes wild. Holy crap, Mr. Hayes? Could he be? Damn, he hit a brick wall. That's Ethan Hayes. Ryan finally gets it, going deathly pale. Get on your knees. Ryan drops to the floor, shaking violently. Know why I beat him? Nathan wouldn't dare say he knows. It's obviously because his idiot brother ruined the young master's mood. Because I hate bullies more than anything. Seeing your brother act like that just pisses me off. The crowd is completely stunned. Wait, you hate bullies? You act like one every day. Cold sweat pours down Nathan's face. Usually, a few compliments and sweet perks were enough for this playboy to let it go. It should work this time too, right? Thinking this, Nathan forces a smile. Mr. Hayes, my idiot brother crossed the line. Tell you what, whenever you visit our club, I'll give you a supreme black card. Everything's free, and a VIP suite is always yours. This spoiled brat loves partying here. A sweet deal will definitely smooth this over. Damn, sounds pretty sweet. Of course. And not just that. Who the hell do you take me for? Cripple your brother right now. Or tomorrow, I'll turn your club into a public toilet. You think a black card buys me off? You think I'm that easily bought? Nathan turns deathly pale. The lazy, pleasure-seeking, easily bribed playboy from before is terrifyingly ruthless today. Nathan grits his teeth, eyes turning ruthless. If this continues, the entire Dalton family is done for. He slams a palm straight into Ryan's dantian, shattering his spiritual core. Ryan's cultivation is completely destroyed. Yet Nathan doesn't dare stop. He violently slaps his own face multiple times. Mr. Hayes, please forgive me. Remember, the Daltons better stay in line. Kingswell doesn't need anyone acting bigger than the Hayeses. With that, you walk out with Chloe, whose eyes are gleaming. Nathan kneels there, drenched in cold sweat. The young master of the Hayes family has changed. You and Chloe step out the front door. A dark red supercar is parked outside. The car roars into the night like a wild beast. In the car, Chloe finally speaks up. Young master, you seem different. Different how? Your power and your speed. The old young master could never. Slap peak first stage Ryan flying with one hit. Whatever, just rub my shoulders. But my hands are sore. Aren't you going to use your feet? Half an hour later at Hayes Manor. The car pulls up outside a grand mansion. Before either of you can step out, an angry roar echoes from inside. I, Victor Hayes, am disowning that boy. Gone for 2 whole days. If he dares come back, I'll break his legs. The roar shakes the tiles on the wall. Hearing your father raging, you pause. Just then, floating text pops up. Thinking of your deceased father. You're heartbroken he never saw your change. Quest. Resurrect Victor Hayes and win his approval. Reward. Divine technique. Dark sun. Hearing the shouting inside, you go quiet. Bro, my dad isn't even dead. Young master seems furious. Should we lay low? Lay low? This is the perfect chance to clear the quest. So you strut right inside. Chloe is stunned. Doesn't he fear his dad most? Hayes Manor, main hall. Victor Hayes stands in the center, face dark. You ungrateful brat. Where have you been for 2 days? He's practically fuming to death. How could a martial god father such a disappointment? I was out training. Partying again. Wait, what did you say? Just as Victor is about to explode, he freezes in utter shock. Training? What a foreign word. Are you bullshitting me? I'd sooner believe our tomb blew up than believe you actually trained. Dad, I really was training. Cut the crap. Do you know how many complaints I've gotten? They say you're bullying people and breaking legs. What? Who's spreading rumors? When I find them, I'm breaking their legs. A question mark floats over Victor's head. As Victor prepares to scold you further, your aura suddenly surges. Your first stage, level 8 spiritual power explodes out. Sensing your leap in power, the Kingswell martial god isn't thrilled at first. Instead, his eyes widen and he leaps up. Oh crap, the ancestral tomb. A question mark floats over your head too. Ding. Quest complete. Obtained divine technique. Dark sun. In the hall, father and son stare at each other. Victor takes a deep breath, sweeping his divine sense toward the Hayes mausoleum. Confirming it's intact, he relaxes. You really went training? How did your cultivation jump so fast? It's only been 2 days. Dad, I was in secluded training these past 2 days. In a massage parlor? You mutter internally. How'd he figure that out? As your dad, Victor knows your every move. But his son went to that kind of place to train? Foot massages are a form of cultivation too, you sigh. Glancing at your newly acquired dark sun. Dark sun, your blood can heal any injury. Black flames burn through all matter. At mastery, it can even shift the sun's path. Truly a divine technique. The quest to resurrect Victor Hayes should have been impossible. Who knew the real Victor wasn't dead at all? It just got 1,000,000 times easier. Victor remains half skeptical. He knows his son too well. With a D-rank talent, even a week of training wouldn't get him to level 8. Suddenly, Victor's expression darkens. Did you take pills to force a breakthrough? Those give a quick boost, but ruin your foundation. It's not worth it. Dad, what are you talking about? Do you really see me as a useless playboy? Do you really need to ask? You curse the mess left from your past life. Clearing your name is tough, so you tell a lie. Dad, my talent evolved. Victor's eyes shrink. Snapping out of it, he grabs your shoulder. Surging energy probes your meridians. His stern look instantly freezes, replaced by pure, undeniable shock. How did it get this strong? Victor knows talents can evolve, but yours completely defies logic. It's like an ant turning into a soaring dragon. If you still don't believe me, Dad, how about I train right in front of you? Victor takes a deep breath, eyes full of mixed feelings. This is his first time looking at his deadbeat son. Like he's a true prodigy. He snaps his fingers. Space warps, shifting the room instantly. In a flash, both stand inside a training chamber. The dense energy around them almost turns liquid, flowing slowly through the air. You couldn't use all this up in a century. Gain just one level and I'll believe you. Truth is, Victor already believes it. He just wants to see you train. Without a word, you sit cross-legged and unleash Dark Sun. Instantly, black flames burst from inside you, sweeping the room like an awakening abyssal dragon. These flames, what technique is this? Even he has never seen it before. The dark flames act like ravenous beasts, wildly devouring all the room's energy, then surging into your body like a torrent. Your level starts skyrocketing. Level 9, peak first stage. Victor is stunned. It's only been seconds, and your power is still climbing. Second stage, level 1, level 2, level 3. Only then does the insane surge slow down. Old man, what do you think? Did you get freaking possessed? His deadbeat son chilled at a club for 2 days, and came back a prodigy? Then Victor remembers something and claps. 3 figures appear like ghosts. Clad in black, all 3 are third-stage warriors. Master. Looking up at you, a hint of disdain flashes in their eyes. Everyone knows the young master's reputation. Nobody respects a guy like that. You instantly catch their contempt. Just then, floating system text pops up. You ran into former house guards. Now they've all reached the 8th stage. They've long lost respect for you. Quest, regain their respect. Reward, divine talent, Thunder God. Your eyes flash with excitement. Let's see what the new you can do. These 3 can fight above their level. Together, they can beat a late 3rd stage fighter. Victor knows you can't win, but he wants to see your limits. The guards exchange glances, catching on. A chance to humble this playboy doesn't come often. Pardon us, young master. Though polite out loud, their eyes say it all. Everyone knows how weak you are. Let me see how many hits you take. Not convinced? Before they can react, your Black Emperor aura erupts. The floor shatters and you vanish. The lead guard panics, but before he moves, a searing hand grabs his throat. The other 2 rush to save him. When an emperor's pressure crushes down, kneel. Both turn ghost white, their knees slamming to the floor. They can't even lift a single finger. With one punch, the lead guard flies back, crashing hard into the wall. Total silence. Victor stares in utter disbelief. 3 equal stage guards, wiped out in seconds. On the ground, the 3 look up weakly. Is this really the young master of the hazes? How did he get this strong? Quest complete. Obtained divine talent, Thunder God. King of all thunder. Rule lightning like a god, turning all to ash. Looking at the floating text. You didn't expect another divine talent so easily. Just then, come here, let me check your talent again. You step up, letting Victor rest his hand on your shoulder. A terrifying wave of power probes inside. Victor is shocked to discover your meridians are like dragon tendons, your bones dense as dark iron. As he probes deeper, a terrifying imperial aura strikes back. Victor snaps his hand back, eyes blazing. Heaven bless the hazes. A true dragon is born. The legendary Haze Patriarch bursts into wild laughter. This talent, it might be even crazier than Chloe's SSS rank talent. Still, he couldn't figure out how his playboy son, who spent all day partying, could turn into a whole new person overnight. Did foot massages really bring him enlightenment? Victor straightened up and said seriously, by the way, you haven't been to school in a while. Since your talent evolved so well, why not head back? You freeze, then remember, after awakening a D-rank talent, you were devastated and spent all your time partying. I transferred you to Kingswell Academy. The principal's a friend of mine. Go train there. Stop hanging around nightclubs. After all, you're still the young master of the hazes. Sure. Your immediate agreement leaves Victor stunned. Your immediate agreement leaves Victor stunned. He thought it'd take a fight, but his son really has changed. Going to a school packed with prodigies will definitely trigger quests much easier. After you leave, Victor's smile slowly fades. Mason. A dark shadow appears in the hall. Master. Mason Ward, leader of the Haze Shadow Guard, an 8th stage sovereign. He's been protecting you from the shadows for years. It must have been tough protecting that playboy. Mason shakes his head. Whatever the young master does, I will follow him to the death. As the most loyal shadow guard of the hazes, no matter how wild your antics were, he guarded you silently. Victor's eyes turn complex. Though this time, my son really seems different. The young master is a true dragon. He was bound to soar. Go fetch the phoenix blood heart. I will lay an everlasting foundation for my son. Build him a godlike body. He will become a martial god. Meanwhile, on your way to Kingswell Academy, in all of Kingswell, the hazes reign supreme. The other 3 great houses are the Ashfords of Silverport, the Whitakers of Frostmarch, and the Prescotts of Rosemont. Among the 4 great houses, only you and the Ashford daughter are single children. But you were the only deadbeat. Meanwhile, the Ashford girl possessed monstrous talent. Outside Kingswell Academy's main gate, you pull out your phone to call the vice principal, when sudden commotion breaks out around you. Whoa, she's gorgeous. Since when did our school have a stunner like her? Look at those looks and vibe. A total goddess. A young girl stands at the school gate. Flowing dark hair, with mesmerizing, radiant eyes. You raise an eyebrow and walk over. Onlooking students instantly start whispering. What's that guy doing? Is he trying to hit on her? He's cute, but he looks like he's only second stage. Just as everyone waits for him to get shot down, the girl suddenly darts forward and leaps straight into your arms. Why didn't you wait for me? You're so mean. Daddy. Total silence falls over the crowd. You look down at Chloe acting cute in your arms, your eye twitching slightly. I asked your dad. I told him I could come to school with you. After all, my talent isn't too bad. It instantly clicks. She probably pulled out her SSS rank talent card to get your dad to agree. Holy crap, who the hell is that guy? How does he get to hold a top-tier babe like her? Countless envious glares shoot toward you like daggers. Let me go. Let me check in. Chloe nods obediently, about to follow. Hold it right there. A figure strides over quickly. He checks out Chloe's body greedily first, then gives you a sneer of pure disdain. Who are you? This is Kingswell Academy. No unauthorized people allowed. Look at your broke ass. Did you sneak in from some trashy school to leech resources? Your eyes narrow. Everyone nearby looks over. Some smirk, getting ready for a show. This guy loves pushing people around. Chloe starts to speak, but you cut her off. Are you talking to me? Who else? Who else here looks like an intruder? Show your ID. If you don't have one, get lost. I don't have a student ID. Then get out. Don't waste my... Before he can finish, he gets slapped flying. I really wanted to be a nice guy, but when people try to step on you, reasoning is useless. So between being a good guy and a ruthless brat, he can only choose to be a real nasty one. You dared hit me? Do you know who I am? Too lazy to hear his BS, you pull out your phone. It's your vice principal. Are you kidding? How would I have the vice principals? I'm telling you to answer it. The discipline officer's brain freezes again. He mechanically grabs the phone. But when a deep voice echoes from the speaker, his face turns ghost white. Vice principal. I understand. I'm so sorry. I'll handle it right now. The way he looks at you shifts from contempt to sheer terror. This guy is actually the young master of that family. Why would he come to school? You reach out and take your phone back. Hello, vice principal. A hearty voice answers from the other end. The principal is away. Master Hayes told me everything. Please wait a moment. I'll come find you as soon as I'm free. Truth is, he didn't get it either. Why Master Hayes suddenly wanted to send his son here. Training with his D-rank talent is just a waste of time. Despite his doubts, the vice principal didn't bother asking. Hanging up, Trevor broke into a cold sweat. I was blind to your status. Please forgive me. You nod, then slap him across the face again. The surrounding students are completely stunned. Let's check out how great Kingswell Academy really is. Chloe smiles and follows right behind. On the way, you say casually, schools in Kingswell are all like this. Mostly elite kids who love pushing people around. After all, everyone here comes from a powerful family. I hate people who flex their status to crush others. Flex how? Dude, you're literally describing yourself. Just then, harsh laughter echoes from nearby. A trashy commoner thinks she belongs at Kingswell Academy? Two students are blocking a dark-haired girl. Cuts mark her pale face, yet there's zero fear in her eyes. Years later, you see the immortal emperor of great love again. Once an ant beneath your notice, you later learned she was a reborn empress. In your past life, she became a 9th stage god, but right now she's injured and cornered by bullies. Quest: help the empress punish the bullies. Reward: fate commanding bone. Reading the prompt, you freeze. That bullied girl is the future empress. Meanwhile, in the center of the crowd, I'm reborn. Heaven hasn't abandoned me. Natalie Crow slowly raises her eyes, looking down at her unfamiliar hands. No scars from a lifetime of trials, but she's alive. Pure ecstasy surges through Natalie's heart. She was a supreme empress who ruled an era, but fell to heavenly tribulation attempting 10th stage. Before her fall, she activated a spacetime artifact. Opening her eyes now, she's possessed an ordinary girl with her same name. It actually worked. I'm alive. Now I can plunder and spread great love once again. Humph. A nobody like you should just accept being a fish on a cutting board. Brianna Voss sneers, thinking Natalie is terrified. Natalie looks at the pair, quickly piecing things together. Brianna Voss and Dylan Mercer were the two who bullied her original host most. It all started last month, when she accidentally knocked Brianna's textbook off a desk. Since then, they've relentlessly cornered her. Today marks the 4th time this month. You're right, I do want to be a fish. She steps forward, radiating a crushing aura. A fish that swims upstream and bites back. She suddenly grabs Brianna's wrist with an iron grip. Brianna shrieks like a slaughtered pig. Surrounding students gasp in shock. Natalie Crow actually fought back. Brianna. Dylan Mercer strikes, but Natalie instantly dodges. Sensing his peak second stage cultivation, she knows her level 5 power will make taking him down tricky. Dylan, crush her for me. Hold it. Whoa there, making a girl cry. What kind of man bullies a defenseless girl? Who's this guy? Meddling in Dylan Mercer's business. He's dead meat. Last time someone accidentally crossed Dylan, they weren't just expelled, their dantian was destroyed overnight. Natalie frowns, eyeing the young man who stepped in. Who is he? Dylan narrows his eyes. Who the hell are you? I hate weakling bullies more than anything. Nearby, Chloe facepalms with a sigh. What is young master doing? He's literally the biggest bully here. Where did this trash come from? Know who Dylan is? He's the son of the Mercer patriarch. Get lost. So they're Mercers. In Ethan's memory, the Mercers are a major family, but just upstarts who rose by sucking up to the Hayes. So what? And then? Dylan expected his family name to terrify Ethan, but your calm reaction makes his heart tighten. No one in Kingswell hears Mercer and stays this calm. Dylan softens his tone slightly. This is a private matter. Please stay out of it. Private? Bullying a classmate in broad daylight is private? If she's getting bullied, maybe she should look at herself. Good point. But you're ugly. Maybe you should look at yourself. Natalie's eyes light up. This kid has true great love potential. Pal, don't push it. Or what? What are you gonna do? Unable to take it, Dylan bursts forward. His right fist surges with cyan energy, aiming straight for your face. This technique, Azure Dragon Strike, is a Mercer deadly secret. Anyone ordinary hit by this would be dead or crippled. Chloe's eyes shrink in alarm. Young master, look out. Natalie's heart tightens as well. Just when everyone thinks you're about to get crushed, instead of backing down, you step straight into Dylan's oncoming strike. The moment fists collide, a shockwave blasts out. Dylan is launched right off his feet, crashing hard into a fountain 10 meters away. Everyone stares in wide-eyed disbelief. After a brief silence, the crowd erupts. Holy crap, how is that possible? Isn't Dylan at peak second stage? Young master beat a peak second stage fighter in one hit. He took down a peak second stage warrior in a single move. Standing aside, Natalie stares at you solemnly. That surge of power earlier even sent chills down her spine. Who is this kid who showed up out of nowhere? The Mercers have 7th stage warriors. You're dead. He slapped you once, but you slapped him twice. Everyone gasps as Dylan crawls out of the fountain in disgrace. Kid, my dad's a 7th stage warrior. Want your whole family wiped out? Guess that makes him qualified to be a guard at my place. Who do you think you are? The Hayes of Kingswell? Kneel and beg now and I might spare you. Otherwise, kill him, Dylan. Chloe instantly steps to your side, her eyes narrowing. Natalie sighs to herself. I didn't expect anyone to stick up for me. Looks like I have to use that move. Right then, Dylan suddenly crushes a jade talisman. Space tears open, and a figure steps out of thin air. Uncle Walter, cripple this guy for me. Young master, the patriarch is visiting the Hayes soon. At a time like this, cut the talk. Do it. Walter sighs. But the moment he turns and sees your face, his heart almost stops beating. Uncle Walter is a 5th stage warrior. You're freaking dead. Seeing the look in Walter's eyes, you realize there's no need to call out the Shadow Guard. This is your backup? Enraged, Dylan gathers energy and blasts it straight at you. Stop. Walter roars, instantly shattering Dylan's attack. Then comes a resounding slap. Dylan is completely stunned. Silence falls over the crowd. Recovering his senses, under everyone's shocked gazes, Walter drops straight to his knees. Forgive me, Mr. Hayes. After a brief silence, the crowd goes wild. Holy shit, the Hayes of Kingswell? The martial god's son. Dylan and Brianna instantly turn ghost white, their legs shaking uncontrollably. The Hayes of Kingswell? How is that possible? Just then, the vice principal hurries over. My apologies, Mr. Hayes. Sorry to keep you waiting. That single greeting completely confirms your identity. Natalie's eyes shrink in shock. He's the son of a 9th stage martial god. Now, still want to cripple me? Dylan trembles, unable to speak. Walter desperately kowtows. Mr. Hayes, my young master is young and foolish. Please, did I say you could speak? Walter shudders, slamming his forehead to the ground. Dylan finally breaks, falling to his knees and kowtowing frantically. Spare me, Mr. Hayes. I was blind. Didn't you say you wanted to kill me earlier? Apologize. Spare us, Mr. Hayes. We were blind. I didn't mean to me. Apologize to her. Natalie is caught off guard. Why is this total stranger standing up for me? Don't worry. I hate bullies more than anything. Dylan and Brianna feel like they found a lifeline. He just stood up for that girl. He must be soft-hearted. Maybe. Yet next second you look at Walter. Handle it yourself. Of course, if their power and limbs aren't ruined. I won't be happy. Mr. Hayes, this. A blinding flash of lightning strikes right by Walter's feet. Say another word and you're joining them. The vice principal stares dead at the lightning in your hand. This lightning. Wait, Mr. Hayes. My dad is the Mercer patriarch. The Mercers are behind me. You can't. Dylan tries to beg, but you casually wave your hand. 2 bolts of lightning blast straight into their cores and limbs. Dylan and Brianna slam to the ground, completely knocked out. You have the Mercers behind you, but behind the Mercers stands the Hayes family. Ding. Quest complete. Obtained. Fate commanding bone. Naturally aligned with all 3,000 grand DAOs. Whether comprehending laws or advancing realms, everything becomes effortless. A terrifyingly dominant power surges into your body. You can clearly feel your perception of natural energy multiplying several times over. Not just martial arts, even alchemy, forging, and talismans all seem effortless in your eyes now. That lightning. No D-rank talent could ever pull that off. Could the young master's useless reputation be fake? Snapping back to reality, the vice principal announces out loud. Dylan Mercer and Brianna Voss have engaged in misconduct and attempted to use family influence to harm a classmate. Effective today, Dylan Mercer and Brianna Voss are expelled. The surrounding crowd erupts once again. Just over a minor incident today, they got crippled and expelled, and all because of that kid in the center. Meanwhile, Walter's face has turned deathly gray. He knows this matter is far from over. That's when you speak up. Handle it as you see fit. Hearing this, Walter grits his teeth, then sends a voice transmission to the Mercer house guard. Send people immediately and wipe out the entire Voss family. With that done, he violently slams a palm into his own dantian. Walter's cultivation is completely destroyed. You freeze in total shock. Why the hell did you cripple yourself? Wait. Didn't you tell me? I just told you to drag these 2 losers out. Walter vomits blood and passes out cold from pure rage. You turn to look at Natalie. Are you all right? Natalie shakes her head, her eyes filled with deep complexity. She can't wrap her head around why you helped her. Was it really just standing up against bullies? Whatever the reason, I owe him one. Chloe steps forward, gently holding Natalie's hand. Don't be scared. Our young master is actually really nice. Natalie nods slightly. Then you leave with the vice principal. Inside the administration office, the vice principal respectfully hands over an admission letter. Mr. Hayes, here is your special admission letter. He acts like a totally different person now. Are you kidding me? Could someone who effortlessly wrecked the Mercer heir really be a loser? You glance over your class schedule. Basic alchemy, intro to forging, intro to talismans. With the fate commanding bone, knowledge that takes others decades to master, is a total piece of cake for you. Enrollment done, you head straight to the training rooms. As soon as you step inside, you catch sight of Natalie, entering one of the chambers. Turns out she trains here too. But remembering she's a reborn empress, you don't think much of it. You walk into the chamber right next to hers. Taking a deep breath, you sit cross-legged. You feel the purple glow of the fate-commanding bone inside you. At your command, the bone starts trembling violently. Instantly, a massive suction force erupts from within. The energy flowing quietly through the array gets swept up by this pull, rushing wildly into your body. Even crazier, the suction pierces right through the wall, siphoning energy from the neighboring chamber. Meanwhile, Natalie sits quietly in her room. Her eyes are fixed on a cicada-shaped aura in her hand. This is no ordinary aura. It's her space-time artifact, the cold cicada tear. Yet now, only a faint trace of energy remains. Still, even this tiny bit is crucial. Refining this cicada aura will boost her power far beyond its current state. Just as she's about to absorb it, a massive tug pulls from next door. Before Natalie can even react, the cicada aura is yanked straight out of her hand. Wait, bro, where's my stuff? As the energy pours in, you clearly feel your body, meridians, and spiritual power growing at a mind-blowing pace. In moments, your level hits second stage, level 7. If news of this speed got out, it'd shock the entire academy. Right then, a cicada-shaped light surges inside you. Before you can react, a profound, reality-defying space-time power explodes within. Ding! After rescuing the Empress, she finally took you seriously and gifted you her most precious artifact. A big question mark floats over your head. Ding! Obtained 9th stage artifact, Cold Cicada Tear. Your grasp of space-time laws skyrockets. You can place a cicada mark anywhere and teleport there instantly. A silver-white cold cicada rests quietly atop your spiritual energy. It was just a tiny wisp of aura a second ago. How'd it turn into a huge cicada in your dantian? You're stunned. You just trained. How'd you get a bonus bundle? Then it hits you, the system must have messed up again. Isn't this Natalie's stuff? Whatever. As long as you come out ahead. You decide to head out. But opening the door, you bump right into Natalie. Her face is dark as a storm cloud. Your eyes flicker. Can't blow your cover. What are you doing here? Natalie can't figure it out either. How did the aura of her cold cicada tear vanish completely? She clearly felt its core origin, being dragged away by force. But rushing out of her room, it was just gone. As if someone refined it instantly. She instinctively looks at you, only to find you staring right back. The tension instantly freezes. No way. I can't leak that I'm looking for the tear. It's way too precious. If word gets out, it'll cause massive trouble. Can't let her find out I have it. Both think at once. Got to hide it. Natalie breaks the silence first. You came to train too? Yeah. Just broke through. I see. Thanks again for earlier. No problem at all. How'd your training go? Not bad. Barely hit second stage, level 7. Oh, okay. Wait, what? Natalie's casual look instantly freezes. She clearly remembers this morning. You had barely entered the second stage. What level? Her intense stare gives you goosebumps. Just accumulated momentum, I guess? You think training is as easy as drinking water. Natalie is totally stunned. A thought flashes through her mind. Did he refine the cold cicada tear? But she shoots it down right away. The tear holds space-time laws. Even I can only refine it slowly. How could a second stage guy absorb it instantly? Seeing your insane growth rate, Natalie gets hit with a wave of frustration. Can't waste time here. I need to find the tear. I've got something to do. Bye. Same here, I've got stuff to handle. They quickly hurry off in opposite directions. A while later, you arrive at the alchemy lab, only for Natalie to pop up right in front of you again. Caught off guard. Locking eyes leaves. Both of you completely at a loss. The room gets super awkward. You didn't expect her to be here too. You came to test out your alchemy, thanks to your fate-commanding bone. As for Natalie, unable to find her tear, she planned to brew pills to boost her training. After all, she's a supreme grandmaster of alchemy. You know alchemy too? Just the basics. Natalie raises an eyebrow. His sudden power surge was weird enough. Does he really know alchemy? A thought strikes her. Since I can't find the cold cicada tear right now, we might as well brew together. Natalie turns and walks toward an open cauldron. You look at Natalie. She was an empress, after all. Her alchemy is way ahead of yours, so watching her first makes sense. Natalie stands before the cauldron. Spiritual flames leap from her palm, wrapping around the cauldron. Spiritual herbs swirl in the fire, melting into liquid medicine. Standing aside, you watch her every move intently. As Natalie continues refining, the fate-commanding bone inside you hums softly. Waves of alchemical insights flood your mind. Decades worth of alchemical experience instantly pop into your head. Ha! Natalie lets out a soft cry. The cauldron blazes with brilliant light. 3 supreme and 4 high-grade pills float in midair. Satisfaction flashes in her eyes. If the old elders at school saw this, a student casually brewing supreme pills, their jaws would drop. Most alchemists train for decades and still can't pull this off. Natalie turns to look at you, already expecting a shocked expression. Your quenching technique was off. What did you say? A giant question mark pops over her head. This is her custom 9-turn frost technique. Now some second stage guy is calling it wrong. Before she can react, you stride right up to the cauldron. Natalie freezes. You're gonna brew? Natalie feels like ever since her rebirth, bizarre things keep happening nonstop. First, the martial god's son stepped up to help her, crushing opponents stronger than herself. Then her trace of the cold cicada tear vanished. And now, things get even crazier. She, the legendary alchemical empress, is told her alchemy is wrong by a total rookie. Ha ha ha. Has the world gone crazy, or have I? Watching you clumsily pick out ingredients. She can't help but sigh. Whatever. Guess the young master just wants to flex in front of me. Natalie can already picture what comes next. First an explosion, then a burnt pile of junk. Suddenly you raise a hand, tossing ingredients in perfect order. Natalie's pupils shrink. Mind manipulation? Isn't he a rookie? What shocks her even more is that while your technique looks raw, every move aligns perfectly with natural laws. It's like he's copying every detail of what she just did. Just as Natalie is about to praise you, she sees you grab several conflicting herbs and throw them into the cauldron all at once. She completely freezes. What are you doing? Stop right now. Frostheart grass and fire Ganoderma will. But before she can finish, the two opposing forces fuse together perfectly. Natalie's eyes fill with sheer disbelief. My God. As a former alchemical supreme grandmaster, she knows ice-fire conflict is a cardinal alchemical law. Even she needed secret arts just to barely balance them. Quenching needs to happen earlier. The energy of ice-type herbs starts dissipating at the 7th second, so you gotta prepare in advance. Natalie is struck like lightning. That was the exact problem she tried to solve when creating her 9-turn frost technique. She starts to speak, but the cauldron shakes violently. Then, she sees a sight that leaves her stunned. At the critical moment of pill formation, you throw in 3 more herbs. Stop. Adding herbs now will. But the cauldron doesn't explode like expected. Instead, it glows with brilliant, sun-like light. A faint phantom forms right above the lid. This is alchemical manifestation. Natalie gasps in shock, her heart pounding. This legend only occurs when brewing the absolute most perfect pill. You slap the cauldron, sending 7 streams of light flying out. 7 triple-patterned supreme pills appear. Natalie's brain short-circuits. How did you do that? Just learned it watching you earlier. Natalie's eyes tremble. Could he be an alchemy immortal descended? By the way, what pill is this? Snapping back to reality, Natalie gives you a deep look. This is the pill of great love. What does it do? Comes in master and slave pills. Whoever takes the slave pill has their energy transferred to the master pill holder. They sacrifice themselves for others. Hence the name Pill of Great Love. A question mark floats over your head. Isn't that just wicked cult stuff? Who'd use this? You quietly pocket the pills and speak up. Man, whoever invented this pill must be a genius. Such selflessness. I'm deeply moved. Natalie's eyes light up. He gets me. I have a few alchemy questions for you. Natalie immediately starts asking you questions. Thanks to the fate-commanding bone, you quickly get all the answers. First you hear her out, to gain even more alchemical knowledge, and then you answer her back. Even with Natalie's deep mastery of alchemy, yet hearing your words still leaves her blown away. Holy crap. Insane. Natalie then tells you that due to her talent, whenever she brews, she feels a bitter chill. Even using plenty of fire-type herbs isn't enough. I've thought about this before too. I even used Golden Crow Divine Fire back then. It helped, but couldn't cure it for good. That's because the heat wasn't strong enough. Something strikes you, and your eyes light up. I got away. Natalie freezes. Could his martial godfather have left a secret technique? Just as hope flickers, she sees you suddenly reach out. Open wide. Before she can react, a slender finger is shoved right into Natalie's mouth. Natalie freezes completely, her mind going blank. She instinctively tries to pull back, only to suddenly feel an unprecedented warmth surge from inside her mouth. Its solar energy far purer and more dominant than Golden Crow fire. It's your blood. Don't use your tongue. But Natalie can no longer hear your words. She only focuses on absorbing every single drop of blood. Outside, Chloe hums a tune as she approaches the lab. Young Master said he was testing something in the lab. Chloe walks up to your lab door. Just as she's about to step in, she hears voices. How does it feel? A little metallic. I meant your body. Super warm. Outside, Chloe's face instantly turns red. Then she hears Natalie's voice. How did you do that? That's a secret. But suck 3 more. Chloe blushes uncontrollably. Meanwhile, inside the lab, you slowly pull back your finger. After all, letting Natalie suck on it isn't a long-term fix. Feeling the power inside her, Natalie's eyes glow even brighter. His blood works even better than Golden Crow Divine Fire. Right then, you speak up. I'm leaving. I owe you 2 favors, I'll pay you back. Knowing her artifact is still inside you, you speak guiltily. No worries. I just love helping people out. Natalie's impression of you improves even more. Who knew he possessed great love? Just like her. Wanting to avoid further conversation, you stride out of the lab. Just then, your nose catches a trace of a familiar faint scent. Chloe's scent. Yet the hallway is completely empty. Right then, a sudden commotion echoes from a distance. An excited young guy almost bursts into tears. I'm so grateful to Ironbridge Combat Club. After training here for just 1 week, my level shot from peak 2nd stage straight to 3rd stage level 4. Cut to scenes of rows of students training inside the club. An unnatural crimson aura surges around every single one of them. Ironbridge's secret technique is unbelievable. Hurry up and sign up. Everyone. Outraged curses immediately erupt around you. Do they take us for idiots? Jumping that much in a week? Are you kidding me? This ad is fake as hell. You can't help shaking your head. Just as you're about to leave, a line of blood-red text suddenly floats before your eyes. You've finally reached the headquarters of the world-destroying organization, Black Tide. What the hell? You freeze in your tracks. Everyone knows the leader of Black Tide is purely evil, kidnapping prodigies, slaughtering cities, and preying on young girls. But who could have guessed that this dark organization feared by the whole world started as an ordinary gym in Kingswell called Ironbridge Combat Club? Quest: wipe out the Black Tide. Reward: divine talent, Chaos Ice Dragon Body. You look at the place that resembles a third-rate tutoring center. So this club will become the future world-ending organization? No wonder their cultivation jumped so much in a week. Looks like there's more to this place than meets the eye. As you're deep in thought, Chloe's voice suddenly comes from behind you. Young master. Turning around, you see Chloe standing right behind you, her face flushed bright red. Oh, you're here. Chloe subconsciously sighs in relief. Turns out, right before you stepped out, she ran away and is now pretending she just arrived. 3 fingers, just thinking about it, makes her ears turn red again. What's wrong? Why's your face so red? Nothing, nothing. Chloe quickly changes the subject. By the way, Master wants you to return home immediately. He says it's urgent. Your eyes suddenly light up. Right? I'm the young master of the Hazes. Since I found an extremely dangerous terrorist organization, of course I should call in backup. Request family assistance. They're a future world-ending syndicate. Who knows how far they've grown already. Making a quick call, you grab Chloe and bolt straight for the school gate. Hayes Manor, main hall. Dad, you called for me? Stepping into the hall, you see your father looking at you with a smile. I heard you helped a classmate at school today. You did a... Victor is about to praise you. When he stops mid-sentence, his eyes widening. Holy crap, what happened to your cultivation? Second stage, level 7? Weren't you just at level 1? He instantly appears right in front of you. Why is there space-time law energy inside you? Sure enough, nothing gets past your dad. You sigh while Victor stands there completely bewildered. What on earth happened to his son while he was out? Did you go for another foot massage? It's hard to explain right now. I'll tell you later. What did you need me for? Hearing this, Victor's eyes flicker. He didn't expect his son to actually keep secrets now. In the end, Victor just gives you a long, deep look. Mason. A figure appears in the hall like a ghost. Master. Young master. Mason holds out a box with both hands. The moment it opens, the hall's temperature spikes instantly. A non-human heart beats slowly inside. This is the Phoenix blood heart. Mason will guide you. I have other matters to handle. Victor says calmly. Before the words fade, Victor takes one last deep look at you and vanishes into thin air. Your eyes fall on Mason. You know Mason's identity and power all too well, understanding he's been protecting you from the shadows all along. Uncle Mason, thanks for everything. You flatter me, young master. It's just my duty. Mason then explains. Young master, this is a 1,000-year Phoenix blood heart. Once refined, it grants the heart of nirvana. Your eyes light up. That's the perk of having a powerful family. After surviving endless battles between beasts and humans, the Phoenix blood heart has achieved ultimate transcendence, becoming the heart of nirvana, which grants the technique rebirth soul. It completely nullifies any fatal damage you take. As you zone out, Mason speaks up again. Young master, the Phoenix rules over all fire. Let me show you how to refine it, or else. No need. Calmly, you grab the heart and refine it instantly. You already have Dark Sun, why fear fire? Blood-red flames burst across your body. A phantom phoenix rises behind you. What's happening? Why is the heart triggering a vision? Hasn't it yet to fully mutate? Mason freezes in shock. Opening your eyes, your looks haven't changed much, but you now radiate a suffocating, noble aura. You're a true prodigy, young master, refining it so easily. Uncle Mason, I need your help with something. Just say the word, young master. An idea pops into your head. Your eyes light up. Uncle Mason, here's the deal. 2 hours later, inside a warehouse. Mason stands beside you. Young master, it's done. Thanks, Uncle Mason. Over a dozen club owners stand nervously before you. Among them are masters of top-tier clubs, and a few well-known martial arts masters. Yet right now, all of them stare in terror at the figure behind you. Just half an hour ago, they were teaching students in their own clubs. Then all of a sudden, an irresistible force dragged them all here, without giving them a chance to fight back. What level of powerhouse is this guy? And now, this terrifying monster is standing respectfully behind that kid. A white-haired elder asks nervously, My lords, to what do we owe this honor? Don't be scared. I'm Ethan Hayes, young master of the Hazes. A reputation precedes the man. Instantly, everyone's face turns even paler. Is my reputation really that terrible? Your mouth twitches slightly. I brought you here today to help you. A new place called Ironbridge Combat Club opened in Kingswell, right? You're all in the same line of work. With them around, recruiting students must be tough. Huh? A few masters lower their heads in silence. As neighbors, you should know Ironbridge pretty well. I want to know if they're up to anything illegal behind closed doors. I've decided to crack down hard on this kind of martial corruption. Now, every single one of you must name one illegal thing Ironbridge has done. Got it? Complete silence fills the room. The club masters exchange glances. Finally, a middle-aged master speaks up. Mr. Hayes, honestly, the owner of Ironbridge has been pretty nice to us. She's pretty, and even gives us pills sometimes. Oh, so you're saying they're completely clean? Seems like it. The middle-aged master replies. Next second, Mason's pressure erupts violently. Terror fills everyone's eyes. So you're all in cahoots, then. Every single one of you is involved in their crimes. In that case, starting tomorrow, all your clubs will be turned into public toilets. The club owners are scared out of their minds. Facing Mason's terrifying aura, someone finally breaks and screams. Ironbridge uses banned drugs, steals manuals, and practices dark arts. They even assault young girls. Everyone else gets the hint instantly. It's not a matter of if it happened. It has to exist. All right, that's plenty of evidence. Your mouth twitches. Meanwhile, at Ironbridge Combat Club, two figures slowly appear. The potion those idiots rush to drink contains heart-corrupting parasites. When the beast rifts open, they'll be our puppets to destroy Kingswell. Vanessa Keene sneers smugly. Stroking her belly, she continues, I'm carrying the beast sovereign's child. When he's born, he'll rule this place. Ha ha ha. Before long, they'll become our most loyal puppets, Damien Cross says darkly. Suddenly, a thunderous boom shakes the sky as experts descend from above. 6th, 7th, and even 8th stage aura sweeps out. We received a tip. You prey on the weak, use banned drugs, and steal martial arts. You even assault young girls. The Hayes family will wipe you out in the name of justice. You stand high above, reading the script with a deadpan face. I'm a woman. How could I assault girls? Vanessa is completely stunned. Isn't she actually a victim herself? You angrily point at Damien Cross beside her. I'm a freaking guy. Damien roars, his long hair flying wild. Just then, Mason slams a palm down, shattering the ground. The underground chamber is exposed instantly. Countless heart-corrupting parasites crawl about, sending chills down everyone's spine. The young master truly sees through everything. Mason gives you a deep look, his eyes filled with shock. He wondered why you targeted a tiny combat club, and now he finally gets it. Now, what do you have to say for yourselves? I confess, but the child in my belly is innocent. At least let me give birth first. Vanessa suddenly clutches her belly. Everyone looks toward the Hayes family. Hearing there's a child, your expression turns complex. Tell you what, Ethan never hurt women or children. You can go. Vanessa's eyes light up. Just as she turns to leave, Uncle Mason, strike. A terrifying surge of power blasts down from above. Vanessa's body warps and twists violently. Didn't you say you wouldn't kill women and children? That's right, but you're no child. And what's in your belly sure isn't a woman. With a loud bang, Vanessa's body explodes. I know nothing. I'm innocent. Please see reason, Mr. Hayes. Damien blurts out frantically. Oh, you're innocent? Why didn't you say so sooner? How about this? Call me Daddy, and I'll let you off. Damien didn't expect such a shameless demand. Daddy. Wait. You actually called me that. Mason sighs and waves a hand. Damien explodes on the spot. Obtained divine talent. Chaos Ice Dragon Body. Inherits extreme frost dragon power from the primordial expanse. Freezes space-time, obliterating all existence. Before you can check out your reward, an angry roar erupts from the crowd. What are you doing? What did you do to Ironbridge Combat Club? Jordan Hale just returned in high spirits, only to find his sacred training ground turned to rubble. And the club master blown to pieces everywhere. Standing in the center of the ruins is none other than the notorious playboy of the Hayes. Everyone looks at him with bizarre expressions. You're the Hayes young master. Bullying people daily wasn't enough? Now you have to crush the hopes of us ordinary martial artists too. Then Jordan's eyes light up as an idea strikes him. Brothers and sisters, how can we pursue our dreams without Ironbridge? The Hayes just want us to stay trash forever. Join me and take down the elite. Yet complete silence falls over the crowd. Nobody joins in. Instead, they look at him like he's a total idiot. Why? Why aren't you chanting with me? What answers him is a sky-rending bolt of lightning. Jordan gets blasted backward through the air. The entire city of Kingswell runs on my family's dime. 15 advanced academies for top cultivator universities. You're not taking down the elite, you're taking down all of Kingswell. You slowly pull back your finger, voice bone-chillingly cold. After dealing with Jordan Hale, News of you destroying foreign spies spreads throughout Kingswell. Meanwhile, at Hayes Manor, Victor's thunderous laughter shakes the entire mansion. Ethan really changed this time. Truly a chip off the old block. The Hayes patriarch's eyes fill with pride. And you used to say he wasn't like you. A regal female voice echoes from outside. Then a magnificent figure appears. It's your mother, Rebecca Sinclair. She just returned from negotiations in Silverport. Rebecca, perfect timing. Our son. I heard everything. Ethan really grew up. Though frustrated with him all these years, she always harbored deep hopes in her heart. Thinking of this, Rebecca's nose twinges with emotion. I'm back. Your voice suddenly echoes from outside the hall, turning abruptly the moment she sees her son. This mother's eyes tear up instantly. After every mess you made, your mother quietly cleaned it up. Even during your wildest, most foolish days, she never gave up on you. You disappointed her so many times back then, but she never stopped believing in you. Now enlightened, guilt cuts deep into your soul. Quest: resurrect Rebecca Sinclair. Reward: primordial ether physique. In the future, she died protecting you. You can't let that future happen again. Your gaze hardens. Gone a few days and you've changed so much. The moment she touches you, this 8th stage sovereign senses unimaginable power surging inside you. What shocks her even more is that even she finds your inner chill astonishing. Your cultivation level, and this icy aura. Rebecca's eyes fill with complete shock. Quest complete. Obtained primordial ether physique. Forms the etherfold inside your body. Endless energy absorption, splitting primordial chaos into light and dark. Instantly, your whole body shudders. A thunderous roar like the creation of the world echoes inside you. Deep in your dantian, a chaotic miniature world begins to take shape. Countless streams of energy rush into it like rivers entering the sea. So this is the etherfold. Heard your dad gave you the phoenix blood heart. Good to know he has a conscience. Rebecca pinches your cheek warmly. You two catch up. I've got matters to handle. Victor stands up and leaves. Once he's gone, she suddenly turns serious. You did great this time. That's my boy. You smile as her legendary past comes to mind. Hit 7th stage at 25, then single-handedly suppressed the Gloom Rift outbreak, and reached peak 8th stage at 30, one step from martial god. A voice suddenly echoes from outside. Adrian Whitaker, here to visit Uncle Victor. At the front gate, a young man in black stands waiting. 2 powerful guards stand right behind him, whispering quick advice. Young master, mind your manners around Lord and Lady Hayes. He's the second son of the Whitakers, one of the 4 great houses. Adrian nods subtly. That goes without saying. After all, that's Victor Hayes. 10 years ago, on a rainy night, an 8-year-old Adrian watched Victor defeat his invincible sword father in a single move. From that moment, Victor became his ultimate goal. As for Victor's son, how could such a powerhouse father such a disappointment? To Adrian, Ethan is just useless trash. Even with recent rumors of him turning a new leaf, he thinks it's just another playboy act. Just then, Rebecca steps out with you. Adrian, what brings you by? I was passing Kingswell and stopped by. Is Uncle Victor around? He just stepped out. Come inside first. Rebecca leads Adrian and his guards inside. Yet the whole time, Adrian acts like you don't exist. Your eyes narrow, but you stay quiet. In the hall, Adrian presents a silk box with both hands. Aunt Rebecca, this is Imperial Soul Jade from Aurelia. It nourishes the soul. A gift for you and Uncle Victor. How thoughtful of you, Adrian. It's the least I could do. As they talk, Adrian maintains his perfect, polite persona. Yet his deliberate snub of you is obvious. The weak don't deserve his attention. So what if you're the young master of the Hazes? By the way, how is your father? Same as ever. You really are cut from the same cloth as him. As his son, I should hope so. Though some people should remember who their father is. And stop bringing shame to his name. The 2 guards exchange shocked looks, glancing at you. That was way too blunt, young master. Well, I have some matters to attend to. Ethan, you kids chat. A flash of coldness crosses Rebecca's eyes, instantly hidden. She gives you a meaningful look before leaving. With Rebecca gone, the tension in the hall freezes. Thomas, Daniel, stay here. I'm going to look around. Adrian stands up to walk off. Hold it. Did I say you could leave? Are you talking to me? What? Is the Whitaker heir hard of hearing? Adrian didn't expect you to talk to him like that. Honestly, I kind of envy you. The Hazes are the strongest of the 4 houses. My family is the weakest, and I have 7 siblings competing for favor. Yet you're an only child. Honestly, sucking this bad is almost impressive. A wave of bone-chilling cold sweeps through the hall. I heard your father dedicated his life to the blade. He probably thinks seeing you is a waste of time. Or does he just not care about you at all? Adrian's face darkens instantly as his power erupts. Late third stage pressure crashes down like a mountain. Even with one hand tied behind my back, I'd crush you. You're not worth my time. I'm the young master of the hazes. You say, I'm not worthy. A blinding bolt of lightning suddenly bursts out. Before Adrian can react, he's knocked back several steps by violent thunderous force. The two guards turn pale with shock. Their young master is a late third stage fighter. How'd a second stage guy push him back? Guess you've actually improved a bit. But provoke me, and I won't let you off easy. A guy who barely sees his own dad dares provoke me? After today, I'll make you revere me like a god. Hearing this, Adrian's first reaction is laughter. The only person he respects in this life is Victor Hayes. Adrian, who once looked down on you, becomes a half-step martial god in the future. Now it's time to prove yourself to him. Quest: defeat Adrian Whitaker. Reward: divine skill, gilded mountain splitter. Sensing trouble, the two guards quickly step forward. Our young master was just joking. Today's matter. Who the hell do you think you are to order me around? The guards' faces turn livid. Don't go crying to Aunt Rebecca when you lose. As the words leave his mouth, his right palm turns into a glowing blade, slashing right at your face. Earth tier skill, void cleaving palm. Yet with a single punch from you, Adrian flies backward, slamming hard into the wall, spitting up blood. His eyes fill with pure disbelief. Was that palm supposed to tickle me? Kid? In a flash, you charge right at Adrian. Desperate, Adrian flares his energy, frantically raising a shield of spiritual power. But next second cracks web across the barrier. The world before Adrian warps violently, replaced by an endless frozen tundra. Divine domain. Only fourth stage powerhouses can materialize a domain. Adrian's voice trembles violently. Right then, a massive ice dragon phantom soars out. In his final moment of consciousness, he hears your casual taunt. Sorry, thought you were a speed bump. Ding. Quest complete. Obtained divine skill, gilded mountain splitter. Gilded mountain splitter. Condenses celestial gold like divine retribution. Destroys terrain and energy within range. Looking at your new reward, your eyes light up. At full mastery, this divine skill can harness stellar power to obliterate entire realms. Just then, Adrian lies passed out on the ground. His two guards rush over. Young master, your young master sleeps like a log. Out cold the second he hits the dirt. Drenched in cold sweat, the guards haul Adrian up. We just remembered. Our lord has urgent orders. We'll take our master back right away. The power you just showed was just like Victor Hayes back in his prime. Tell your young master, if he's sore, he can try me anytime. I'll use one hand. 9 times out of 10, I'll crush him 9 times a minute. The guards nod frantically and scramble out of Hayes Manor. Just then, Rebecca appears. Well done. Even better than I expected. Your frost power even radiates dragon authority. In that case, I can send you to Silverport for that girl's birthday. Whose birthday? The Ashford prodigy is celebrating tomorrow. I want you there to show off. Who knows? Their heiress might just fall for my son. Your mouth twitches. In your past life, she tried to arrange this marriage too. Why is this happening in this life too? Still, you've heard. The Ashford girl is drop-dead gorgeous. Got it. I'm off to train. Rebecca watches you leave, her eyes full of pride. He really changed. Actually training on his own. I heard he just taught that Whitaker kid a lesson. Victor suddenly appears. Of course. Whose son do you think he is? Right during this warm moment, Chloe hurries in. Master, Lady Hayes. I had no idea Ethan was so insanely talented. His physical raw power can crush higher-level opponents. Victor nods, marveling aloud. Physical? Isn't his talent ice type? Ice type? I explicitly remember him awakening pure physical strength. Isn't young Master lightning type? Chloe chimed in meekly. The three exchange blank stares, a weird silence falling over the courtyard. Meanwhile, Ethan arrives at the Hayes Manor training room. Thinking how easy quests have been yielding such massive rewards, Ethan can't help but sigh. With the system and talent buffs, it's impossible not to level up. But how strong is strong enough? In the future, even Dad dies. I must train harder and surpass him. With that, Ethan decides to practice Gilded Mountain Splitter and break into the third stage. Ethan sits cross-legged as energy surges around him like tidal waves. As Gilded Mountain Splitter activates, metal element energy solidifies, forming a thin gold armor on Ethan's body. His power shoots up, reaching peak second stage in a flash. Right then, the space around Ethan begins to vibrate. Above Hayes Manor, brilliant light tears through clouds. A dazzling beam cuts across the sky. This is the grand Tao path of the Black Emperor. Thunder God and Chaos Ice Dragon body follow immediately after. The overwhelming aura of Gilded Mountain Splitter sweeps forth, joined by the glow of the cold cicada tear. 6 heavenly Daos descend from the highest heavens. Victor looks up, his pupils wide with shock. Am I seeing things? I only unlocked 2 back then. How is there a spacetime Dao 2? Among all Daos, spacetime is supreme. Next moment, harmonized by fate-commanding bone, 6 conflicting Daos begin fusing perfectly, gathering inside Ethan's body. With a distinct crack of breakthrough, Ethan's power skyrockets wildly. As the last Dao enters his body, Ethan slowly opens his eyes. 6 divine lights swirl within his pupils. His level hits 3rd stage, level 4. Pin drop silence in the courtyard. The entire Haze Manor is stunned. Feeling the surges of vast power within, Ethan looks at the enlarged cold cicada tear inside him. My energy and body are 5 times stronger. And this thing inside me. Just then, Victor and Rebecca appear. Son, what was that just now? Just my high talent, I guess. After all, look at my parents. The couple falls silent. Just like me in my younger days. Don't forget what I told you about Silverport's Ashford house. Preferably win that girl over right away. Ethan is speechless, but still plans to visit the Ashfords. He arrives at the Haze Skyship Bay, their flying magical artifact. Not only can it travel thousands of miles daily, it boasts defense strong enough to block a 7th stage expert. Mason appears on the deck. Young Master ordered me to accompany you. Great. With a peak 8th stage powerhouse escorting him, this trip is way safer. Set sail. The massive hull slowly rises into the sky. Rebecca stands in the courtyard. Have you ever seen anything like Ethan's condition? Unheard of. But do you know the realm beyond martial god? Perhaps one day he will reach it. Who knew Victor held such high praise for you? Heard a strange spatial rift opened over the Stormglass Sea. Hopefully it's just normal spatial volatility. By now, the skyship has cleared Kingswell completely. Below lies nothing but wasteland. Just then, voices call out from below. My lord, please wait. Can you help us? Ethan looks down to see a man and a woman on the wasteland. The middle-aged man, dressed as a butler, waves his arms frantically. The young girl beside him looks panicked. Next to them sits a damaged skyship, smoking black. In the next second, both land on the skyship. Ethan's eyes widen instantly. He didn't even see how they got up. Mason snorts coldly. The middle-aged man realizes how powerful they are. He quickly speaks up. We're from the Callahan family. We're heading to Silverport for Lady Ashford's birthday. But our skyship suddenly broke down. We're going there too. We'll give you a lift. Sophie Callahan looks at your handsome face and kindness, instantly taking a liking to you. Sophie blushes. Thank you. Suddenly, a massive skyship charges from afar. A young master on board curses loudly. I have to reach the Ashfords first. If another house beats us to it, can you useless idiots take the blame? A guard suddenly points ahead. Young master, there's a skyship ahead. Connor narrows his eyes. Seeing your skyship is top tier. A flash of jealousy fills his eyes. Are there any powerhouses on board? The guard senses the ship's energy. For people, the strongest seems to be only 5th stage. Connor speaks nonchalantly. Ram right into them. The ship rushes at you. Your brow darkens. The middle-aged man panics. My lord, steer away. That's a Matic skyship. My lord, steer away. That's a Matic skyship. They have 7th stage experts in their house. Uncle Mason. A pack of ants dares disturb the young master? Instantly, world-crushing pressure erupts. Clouds churn across the sky as lightning roars. Connor's skyship begins shaking violently. Amidst panic-stricken screams, the skyship shatters into pieces instantly. Mason uses energy to drag Connor and his men onto your ship. An 8th stage powerhouse's aura flares out. Connor turns ghost white. Sophie and the middle-aged man are equally shocked. What's your name? Connor trembles as he speaks. I'm Connor Maddox. It was these servants. It has nothing to do with me. Do you think I believe that? Uncle Mason. Without hesitation, Mason grabs Connor. He starts soul-searching, his eyes soon lighting up. He shares the extracted memories with you. Uncle Mason, handle him. Connor screams in terror. I'm going to Lady Ashford's birthday party. The Whitakers back me. You can't kill me. Uncle Mason, wipe them all out. Before you stands the young master of the Hazes. The Whitakers aren't worthy to be our enemies. Hearing this, Connor falls into total despair. Mason raises his hand, blasting them into blood mist. Sophie and the middle-aged man collapse in terror. No need to be so terrified. I don't have much, but I've got kindness to spare. Meanwhile, at Ashford House in Silverport, everyone is preparing for the heiress's birthday. In her room, Evelyn Ashford looks into a mirror. A silver-white longsword rests beside her. Her father, Richard Ashford, steps in with a sigh. Today's your birthday. The guests are waiting. Why won't you give me that thing? You've reached your limit as a martial god. I haven't. I can surpass Victor Hayes for you and avenge you. If I give you my Danteon, how can I train? You martial addict. I don't know who'd marry you. Unless someone my age and realm beats me. My sword is my only partner in life. Fine, fine. It's time. Let's go. Outside Ashford Manor, Ethan's group steps off. The middle-aged man speaks to Ethan quickly. Thank you so very much. No worries. You two head inside first. Beside him, Sophie looks at Ethan with complex eyes. Seeing this, the middle-aged man tugs her sleeve. Snapping out of her daze, she bites her lip, looking back, then turns away reluctantly. After they leave, Ethan turns around. Uncle Mason, where's the gift? Lady Hayes retrieved pelagic stone from the pelagic abyss. It took 3 years to refine into a sword pill. This is likely the only pelagic sword pill in existence. Ethan nods, stepping into Ashford Manor with Mason. Many Ashford disciples greet guests at the door. Announcements echo constantly with massive gifts. Treasures worthy of sparking bloody wars. Sensing Mason's aura, the receiving steward turns pale instantly and bows deeply. Welcome, young Master Hayes. Please come in. Ethan nods slightly, handing over the gift. Just then, a furious voice roars out. Ethan, stop right there. Adrian's brother, Preston Whitaker, strides over. Where are the Maddoxes? I'm backing them. How dare you disrespect me? You're neither the eldest nor heir. Want my respect? Get lost and play somewhere else. Preston's eyes widen. Just as he speaks, Ethan slaps him hard across the face. Preston is shocked. Asterisk, how is he so fast? Asterisk. A flash of killing intent fills his eyes. Then an authoritative roar blasts out. No fighting at the Ashford banquet. Richard Ashford steps out with Evelyn. Preston's face turns hideously dark. Yet gritting his teeth, he turns and leaves. Richard gives Ethan a subtle nod. The party atmosphere gradually heats up. To impress the Ashfords, several elite heirs started showing off their talents. Some brewed pills on the spot, while others fired up forging cauldrons. A few even flexed their martial skills directly. Bored by the show, Ethan turned to leave. Just then, Preston Whitaker stepped up. Allow me to show you what real talent looks like. He then began forging an artifact. As the lid popped open, a brilliant beam of light shot skyward. The crowd gasped. Even Evelyn couldn't help looking over. Preston glanced secretly at Evelyn, smugly pleased. Leaving so soon, Mr. Hayes? Why not give it a shot? Who knows? Maybe you've got a talent for forging too. The entire hall fell dead silent. Everyone braced themselves for a good laugh. Sure, why not? Only because the system issued a new quest. Crush Preston Whitaker's confidence. Reward. Divine artifact. Sovereign sword. Don't force it, Mr. Hayes. You wouldn't want to embarrass the whole Hayes family. Killing intent flashed in Mason's eyes. Then why don't we make it an official contest? A simple competition is boring. How about whoever loses barks like a dog 3 times in public? Deal. The whole banquet was stunned. Even Evelyn frowned, shaking her head. All pride, 0 sense. I wonder if his Danteon could be useful. Young master, don't. Forging isn't like combat. Let me at it then. Ethan stepped forward calmly. Preston grabbed a top-tier spirit ingot, tossing spiritual ingredients into his cauldron one by one. Ethan quietly observed Preston's every move. The fate-commanding bone hummed softly inside him. Instantly, endless forging knowledge flooded his mind. I get it now. Then he suddenly raised his hand. A spirit ingot flew straight into his palm. Lightning burst from Ethan's hand, wrapping the ingot in wild thunderflame. The surrounding energy churned violently, shaking even the ingot inside Preston's cauldron. It threatened to spiral out of control. Artifact resonance. What's happening? Ethan raised a massive hammer formed of raw energy, slamming it onto the ingot, bursting with radiant light. Next, Ethan tossed in the rest of the materials. Before long, the cauldron erupted with an earth-shattering roar. Every single treasure in the banquet hall began trembling uncontrollably. Evelyn's brows twitched in shock. Even her sword almost tore away from her. How is this possible? Because you're just trash. The strong put the weak in their place. As he spoke, Preston's ingot broke free of its energy bounds, flying straight into Ethan's cauldron. With a crisp sword hum, the forging was complete. A jet-black longsword floated in midair. An invisible aura washed outward like a tidal wave. Every blade in the hall let out a soft wail, as if utterly suppressed. Perfect artifact. Shame it's only 4th stage. Chatter erupted across the venue. You definitely cheated. Denying reality, huh? Next second, a dark gold sword beam shot forth. A searing pain shot through Preston's left arm. His arm was instantly severed. An agonizing scream pierced the entire hall. Several hidden Whitaker guards lunged out from the shadows. Take one more step if you want to die. The Whitaker guards skidded to a dead halt. You're dead meat. My brother Adrian won't let you get away with this. Fool, go ahead and call him. I'll just beat him up again. Hearing this, Preston turned deathly pale. In a flash, Ethan stepped forward, pressing his blade against Preston's neck. Now bark 3 times or your head rolls. Trembling violently, Preston shrieked hysterically. Woof, 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 woof. Not bad, though your usual whining sounds more natural. Ethan then impaled Preston's hand with the sword, pinning him firmly to the floor. Then he slammed a kick right into his chest. Preston passed out cold from the agony. Quest complete. Obtained divine artifact. Sovereign sword. Blades detected nearby. Merge now? Confirm. Glowing beams surged into the dark gold longsword, making it vibrate with a deep hum. Right then, the frost feather sword in Evelyn's hand shook violently. She clearly felt the terror of her blade's spirit. Evelyn whipped her head up toward Ethan, her face filled with shock and confusion. Wielding the sovereign sword grants instant mastery of all sword arts. Its power scales directly with its master. Under its aura, opposing swords lose at least 30% of their power. A 30% drop is enough to turn any battle. Didn't expect such a massive reward this time. Ethan sheathed the sovereign sword, ready to leave. Unexpectedly, Evelyn stopped him, her eyes blazing. Ethan, wait, spar with me. Say what? Your sword looks impressive. I want to test your skills. Are you scared? Just as Ethan was about to answer, the system chimed in. Quest: defeat sword god Evelyn Ashford. Reward: divine soul spirit Doomsday Sky Soul. Ethan stared at the reward in shock. Only one in hundreds of thousands possesses a soul spirit, and this one's divine rank. Snapping out of his thoughts, Ethan smiled delightedly. Since it's your birthday, I have no reason to refuse. All right. Her view of Ethan had completely changed. He was nothing like the rumors. Evelyn flicked her wrist, drawing her frostfeather sword. She planned to beat him fast, so she could study that strange black sword. My blade is no joke either. Sensing Ethan's battle intent, the sovereign sword burst into a blinding dark gold glow. Facing off, their power surged rapidly. Evelyn struck first. A 10-foot ice blue beam slashed through the air, freezing the air into tiny crystals as it passed. Using 70% of her strength, she aimed for a swift win. Yet Ethan just raised an eyebrow and stepped aside. The beam grazed the edge of his coat, shattering the rock garden behind him into frost. He actually dodged it. Evelyn stopped holding back. The frost feather sword became a storm of icy stars, every strike aiming straight for Ethan's vitals. Ethan swung his dark blade, parrying every blow. Clashing steel rang out without pause. I didn't expect such mastery of the blade from you. Everyone calls you the top swordsman of our generation. But only now do I realize. You're too weak. It's over. Evelyn was still confused by his words. When crushing aura erupted from the sovereign sword, a surge of sword intent shot straight skyward. Then a hairline crack appeared on Evelyn's blade. This is a 5th stage artifact. How? Before she recovered from the shock, Ethan swung his blade. A pure dark gold beam ripped across the room. Unable to block, Evelyn was launched backward, crashing hard into a pillar in the hall. Dead silence washed over the room. Just then, Richard Ashford walked into the hall, only to see Evelyn blasted away in one strike. His face froze instantly. Evelyn. Meanwhile, Evelyn was completely dazed. Standing up, she stared at her nearly shattered blade. I was beaten in one hit. Her eyes filled with total confusion. Right then, the system chimed. Quest complete. Reward: Doomsday Sky Soul. Grants heavenly law comprehension and divine protection, dispelling disasters, gathering fortune, and unlocking mortal realm. Ethan almost gasped reading the description. I've never heard of anyone mastering the heavenly Tao, and heaven will actually protect me. A rumble exploded in Ethan's mindscape. His clouded consciousness suddenly cleared, revealing the heavenly soul spinning slowly deep within. Standing in place, his eyes radiated a pale golden glow. Suddenly, Richard's voice snapped him back. Hey kid, how did you do that? Just high natural talent, I guess. Pure luck. Richard's mouth twitched, his eyes filled with mixed emotions. Beside them, Evelyn had snapped out of it. She looked up at Ethan, her eyes growing brighter. A strange feeling bloomed deep within her. Father, you know what to do now, right? Richard froze, then suddenly roared. Hey kid, do you have any respect for the Ashfords? Not only did you injure a guest, you dared hurt my daughter in public. Dared hurt my daughter in public. Before he finished, Evelyn stepped right in front of Ethan. Preston provoked him first. He got what he deserved. As for me, I sparred willingly and was fairly defeated. Why are you being so unreasonable, father? The crowd was stunned, and even Ethan froze. Richard stood there utterly baffled. Then Evelyn turned to look at Ethan. I accept my defeat completely. I'm really glad I met a powerhouse like you today. I'm glad to meet you too. Hearing this, Evelyn's eyes lit up with joy. He said he's glad to meet me. I have matters to handle. I'll come apologize another day. It's fine. Next time is fine. Ethan cupped his hands in respect and left with Mason. Watching Ethan leave, Richard couldn't help sighing. What kind of monster did Victor Hayes raise? Are the Hayeses going to crush the Ashfords forever? Father, find time to visit the Hayeses and finalize my marriage with Ethan. What crazy talk is this? Didn't you always want me to get married? Now I have my choice. Ethan is amazing. Meanwhile, Ethan walked into the courtyard at Hayes Manor. I'm back. In the courtyard, Victor and Rebecca stood under the veranda, staring at Ethan with shocked eyes. I did well at the Ashfords, but you don't need to look that shocked. In that case, let's discuss your marriage to the Ashford girl. What marriage? What happened? Richard Ashford just called to propose a marriage. Evelyn said herself she'd marry no one but you. What on earth did you do to her? Ethan quickly explained everything that happened. So how do you feel about this? I don't really have thoughts on it. I barely know her. All I care about right now is getting stronger fast. Hearing this, the couple didn't push further. A moment later, Victor suddenly remembered something. The Eversoul Wilds opens in a few days. Almost every prodigy in Arden will enter. You should go too. Details about the Eversoul Wilds surfaced in Ethan's mind. It was a strange pocket realm that only opened once a century, packed with countless opportunities, and even numerous powerful Tao seeds. Breaking into the fourth stage required a Tao spirit. Natural Tao spirits in the Eversoul Wilds were best for breakthroughs. Get ready. There are plenty of ancient beasts inside. Be extra careful. Got it. Don't worry. If I find a Tao spirit that suits me, then I can break through to stage 4 right away. I'm gonna go rest a bit. With that, Ethan turned and walked off. Passing the training room, he saw Chloe in deep cultivation. Chloe sat cross-legged, her spiritual energy wildly chaotic. Suddenly, her face paled as her power backfired. Ethan rushed over to help stabilize her. Instantly, a wave of pure energy surged into Chloe, instantly smoothing out her restless power. Is that you, young master? Yeah. Why do you have so many hidden injuries? To keep up with you, I've been training nonstop day and night, and forcing breakthroughs over and over. Ethan sighed and bit his finger, feeding his blood to Chloe. Before long, the healing was complete. Young master, I'm coming to the Eversoul Wilds with you. Alright, just make sure you get some rest. With that, Ethan left. Yet Chloe's eyes remained dead calm. The injuries and energy backlash were all intentional. These past few days of effort hadn't gone to waste. Soon came the day the Eversoul Wilds opened. Atop Highwatch Ridge, Victor and Ethan appeared at the entrance to the wilds. Chloe followed right behind Ethan. Watch out for the vicious beasts inside. If you run into acquaintances, team up, especially the Ashford girl. Ethan nodded. He then led Chloe into the portal. Meanwhile, on the other side of the Eversoul Wilds, a white-haired youth stepped out of thin air. Deep, unrelenting hatred filled his eyes. Old Vale, you sure there's a chance for me to become a martial god here? As he spoke, the ancient ring on his finger flickered. A shadowy figure of an old man emerged. Indeed. Good. Sooner or later, I'll get my revenge on Ethan. I hold a grudge against the Hayeses too. Let us help each other reach our goals. At that, Caleb Rourke recalled the past. 4 or 5 years ago, he worked at the club. He saw with his own eyes how Ethan threw money around. Later, his girlfriend dumped him for being broke and took a job at the club, hoping to sleep with Ethan only to get fired instead. Hearing this, Caleb went to confront Ethan, only for Ethan to break his arm. From that moment on, Caleb swore to grow powerful. By a stroke of luck, he awakened an extraordinary talent and found this ring in an antique shop 6 months ago. Gideon Vale possessed the ring, claiming to be a martial god. Old Vale, how did you end up like this anyway? Victor Hayes ambushed me, destroying my body and trapping me in this ring. Your special physique was the only reason I woke up. Never mind that now. There's a pocket realm here holding a supreme natural Tao spirit and Wormfire Basin. I'll do whatever it takes to help you claim them. You just need to reshape a body for me in the future. Old Vale, I'll definitely repay you. Yet both harbored secret schemes. Caleb planned to refine Gideon once he grew strong enough, while Gideon planned to possess Caleb right inside the Eversoul Wilds. Meanwhile, Ethan had just slain a 4th stage beast, needing only a single slash. Just then, the system chimed. Gideon Vale was a villainous martial god who wreaked havoc on the world. After Victor Hayes slew him, his soul attached to Caleb Rourke. He will possess Caleb in the Eversoul Wilds, and later join the Beast Sovereign to destroy Arden. Quest: slay the traitor Gideon Vale. Reward: divine talent, Doomsday Reincarnation Heart. Ethan gasped, finally connecting the dots. Even just a remnant soul of a martial god can't be taken lightly. I need to gauge Gideon's current combat power. Let's check around and see if other families are here. Chloe then followed Ethan to search the area. Unexpectedly, they found no one after searching for hours, so they sat under a tree to rest. Suddenly, a peak third-stage green giant snake lunged out from the distance. Ethan quickly waved a hand, unleashing a roaring ice dragon. It slammed violently into the giant snake. Sent flying, the snake snapped a grove of ancient trees, yet only a few of its scales cracked. Ethan's brow furrowed. Seeing things turn south, the snake whipped around to flee. Ethan wielded the sovereign sword, throwing out a sword beam. In an instant, the beam was about to slice the snake, when a surge of black mist erupted from its body, blocking the attack cold. A raspy roar echoed from the dark mist. I spent 50 years nurturing this offspring. You dare? Cut the spooky crap. The mist looked terrifying, but it lacked any real spiritual density. Ethan struck again, severing the giant snake in two. The black mist roared in fury. Wretched humans, I've marked your scent. With a casual swipe from Ethan, the black mist vanished into thin air. Yet next moment, the system chimed again. Quest: slay the Beast Sovereign's offspring, the Doom Serpent, lurking in Valewater Lake. Reward: divine Tao Spirit, Soul Ashen Spirit. That black mist earlier must have been the Doom Serpent. The reward is actually a soul-targeting Tao Spirit. Isn't Gideon a soul body? My insane luck is kicking in. We're heading to Valewater Lake right now. What are we going there for? Didn't that black mist just threaten us? So now we're gonna go crush it. Meanwhile, at Valewater Lake, a massive serpent shadow loomed on the water's surface. It was the Doom Serpent, its eyes burning with murder. As the Beast Sovereign's child, I was placed here to build strength and conquer this world. Now my very first spawned offspring just got killed. This debt will be paid in blood. Just as the Doom Serpent prepared to track Ethan down, an arrogant youth's voice suddenly boomed. Puny little beast, you'll be my first kill today. Noah Prescott, heir of the Prescotts, steps into midair. The Doom Serpent explodes in fury. It hadn't even settled the score yet, and now another suicidal brat comes provoking it. Enraged, it lunges straight at Noah. Yet Noah doesn't dodge, sneering, I've already seen your future. Instantly, countless future scenes flood Noah's mind. This is Noah's SSS rank talent, allowing him to glimpse every outcome within 3 minutes. Next second, Noah blurs into motion, slashing at vitals as man and beast clash violently. Yet the Doom Serpent grows increasingly shocked. Every single attack is predicted in advance. As the Beast Sovereign's offspring, it instantly guesses his power. Suddenly, dark mist erupts from the Doom Serpent, splitting into over 100 serpent clones, swarming Noah from every direction. Noah's eyes shrink in alarm. This wasn't in the future. Is this beast shielded by some massive karma? Noah is forced entirely onto the defensive, while the Doom Serpent attacks relentlessly. Cold sweat breaks out on Noah's forehead. His face darkening, he frantically retreats, turning around to bolt from the scene. The Doom Serpent immediately chases after him, opening its massive jaws wide. Why don't you check behind you? The Doom Serpent turns its head, only to see a dark gold sword beam tearing through the sky. Ethan strides through the air, wielding the Sovereign Sword. The Doom Serpent barely dodges the beam. Next second, it snaps and roars in fury. It's you. I'm gonna kill you. Giving it no chance, Ethan unleashes endless lightning bolts. Frost spreads as an ice dragon strikes out. With a wild roar, the Doom Serpent charges forward too. Meanwhile, Chloe rushes over to steady Noah. Up in the sky, cold sweat pours off the Doom Serpent. It's completely overpowered by Ethan. Even its scales bleed and shatter. Weren't you gonna kill me? Keep trying. The Doom Serpent just sneers, knowing only powerful skills and fire energy can truly threaten it. Just as it goes to counterattack, black flames burst around Ethan. Golden light coats the Sovereign Sword. The serpent's heart jumps before it can dodge. Its body is sliced to pieces with an ear-splitting shriek. Desperate, it unleashes black light in wild destruction. Next second, heavy storm clouds gather across the sky. Mortal realm, revere me as heaven itself. Under the serpent's shocked gaze, countless heavenly bolts crash down from the sky, blasting straight into the Doom Serpent. It gets blown into countless fragments instantly, yet Ethan frowns. He didn't receive a quest completion prompt. Thinking of this, he whips his head around. Meanwhile, on the other side of the forest, a tiny snake slithers out. It sneers to itself. Good thing I had a backup trick. Stupid humans. Yet next second, Ethan steps down from the sky, looking down calmly at the serpent. A beast sovereign's offspring, pretending to be a garter snake to survive? Hearing this, the serpent turns ghost white. How do you know who I am? Who? Who are you? Terror fills the serpent's eyes. You don't need to know who I am. You just need to know you're about to die. The serpent trembles inside. I'm the beast sovereign's child. If you don't kill me, when my father arrives, I'll guarantee you wealth and status. Status and fortune equal to the 4 great houses. I'm Ethan Hayes, young master of the Hazes. The doomed serpent freezes in place. Seeing Ethan about to strike, a black hole suddenly explodes around the serpent. It shrinks into the black hole at impossible speed. I'm turning you into snake stew today. Ethan snaps in fury. Sword in hand, he dives right into the black hole. Meanwhile, inside a lava-filled realm, Caleb Rourke and Gideon Vale appear. Old Vale, is my fortune really here? Indeed, I recall Wormfire Basin is right here. Over the years, it must have drawn countless Tao spirits. Your current level is perfect to reach the 4th stage. One supreme Tao spirit is all you need. Gideon sounds warm and kind, while Caleb looks deeply grateful. The two exchange a smile, acting like devoted master and pupil while harboring dark schemes. Both hiding their own dark schemes. Before long, Caleb prepares to dive into the lava. Just then, an incredible surge of energy erupts in the distance. Countless brilliant specks of light rise from the lava. Countless spirit sprites dance about, each radiating Tao aura. Deep in the lava, a dark red dragon shadow emerges. A supreme Tao spirit, a rare wormfire dragon soul. Go grab it. Hearing this, Caleb rushes forward to snatch the spirit, when a black hole tears open out of nowhere, followed by a wailing scream. Do you really gotta chase me this hard? The doomed serpent barely pops out before getting sliced in two by a sword beam. Caleb and Gideon freeze on the spot. Next second, Ethan steps right out of the portal. At the same time, the system chimes. Quest complete. Obtained divine Tao spirit, Soul Ashen spirit. Can absorb and convert the power of any Tao spirit. After awakening divine skills, their rank scales with the number of absorbed Tao spirits. Next, a tiny black hole-like Tao spirit appears in Ethan's hand. Before he can inspect it, Caleb's hateful scream explodes. Ethan Hayes. Ethan subconsciously turns around. Across the lava lake, Caleb is glaring at him with pure fury. Ethan notices hundreds of Tao spirits flying above the lava. Ethan instantly remembers what the Soul Ashen spirit does. Yet before he can even activate it, the Soul Ashen spirit shoots from my hand toward the spirit swarm. A terrifying, devouring force erupts. Over a dozen Tao spirits get sucked into the black hole. The surrounding space shakes violently. The entire volcanic realm starts collapsing. This space is collapsing. Run. Caleb glares reluctantly at the Tao spirits. He snatches the nearest one. Ethan, just you wait. Then he quickly bolts. I have Dark Sunday lava can't hurt me. Time to hit the 4th stage. Ethan watches them flee in confusion. Then he turns to the Soul Ashen spirit. Meanwhile, a battered Caleb escapes the realm. He opens his palm. The low-tier Tao spirit in his hand is barely alive. Damn you, Ethan. My supreme Tao spirit. Absorb it now and break through to 4th stage. Hit 4th stage now, kill the kid, and steal his Tao spirit. Caleb grits his teeth. Once I break through, Ethan is dead. Inside the realm, Ethan stares at the Soul Ashen spirit. The pitch-black core of the void now sparkles with starlight. Did my insane luck kick in again? The Soul Ashen spirit shuddered violently, unleashing a vast wave of pure energy. It's all energy converted from swallowed Tao spirits. Ethan's eyes light up. He sits down to absorb it immediately. A wild surge of energy pours into his meridians. His realm barriers instantly shatter under the surge. 3rd stage, level 5, level 6, level 7. Finally settling right at peak 3rd stage. Let's see your true power. Ethan grabs it, merging it straight into his chest. A soul storm explodes in his mindscape. His mental realm expands tenfold. His soul power undergoes a massive transformation, instantly sharpening his senses several times over. Right then, the system chimes. Obtain divine skill, soul core domain. Creates a soul domain to suppress any spirit, boosting your own stats by 50%. Obtain divine skill, soul resonance. Forcibly rips out and crushes the target's soul, obliterating it with 0 chance of rebirth. With 2 divine skills, I can crush Gideon easily. Ethan's eyes flash with excitement. Brilliant light erupts around him. Breakthrough to the 4th stage spirit realm. Feeling the immense power within, Ethan stands up and leaves the volcanic realm. The moment he steps outside, a roaring fire dragon comes charging straight at him. Ethan casually waves his hand. The fire dragon dissolves into sparks instantly. I swore I'd make you kneel and beg for mercy. Caleb recoils, shocked to see his flame dispelled so easily. Who do you think you are? Ethan manifests dozens of ice dragon scales. As the sovereign sword flares with blinding light, he lunges straight for Caleb. Caleb nearly jumps out of his skin in terror. Ethan senses Gideon's soul signature, his eyes burning to clear the quest. Believing he's unmatched in the fourth stage, Caleb rushes Ethan. Both throw a punch. On impact, Caleb's right arm shatters completely. Giving him zero chance to speak, Ethan lands a second punch, crushing Caleb's throat on the spot. Caleb flies backward, slamming hard into the cliff. His eyes fill with pure disbelief. You're not even worth my time. Tell that old bastard inside you to get out here. The legendary martial god Gideon Vale. Hiding inside someone like a stray dog. Your life ends here. Gideon's soul body trembles violently. This kid saw through me at a glance, and even knows my true identity. Unprecedented panic grips Gideon's heart. Yet his spirit body still emerges. No matter how you found out, you die today. He snaps around to Caleb. Lend me your body, or we both die. Caleb nods through gritted teeth. Next second, Gideon takes control of his body. His aura becomes horrifyingly intense. Crushing you now is like squashing an ant. Ethan scoffs. Soul core domain explodes outward. An invisible domain swallows 1,000 meters. Gideon's face instantly darkens. He finds his power suppressed below 50%. Even his soul's link to the body destabilizes. Ethan slashes down with the sovereign sword. A dark gold beam strikes like divine wrath. Gideon gets blasted back before he can react. Spitting up blood, his eyes fill with horror. Impossible. How are you crazier than Victor Hayes? Ethan sneers as lightning erupts around him, shocking Gideon into complete paralysis. Before Gideon recovers, Ethan shouts, Soul resonance. A wave of soul pressure erupts. Tao power forms countless soul chains, instantly binding Gideon's spirit. Gideon feels a searing wave of agony. His soul is forcefully ripped out of Caleb's body. A sword beam slashes down simultaneously. Gideon's spirit rapidly shrivels under the light. Terrified, his only thought is escape. Burning his soul force, he casts a secret spell, diving right back into Caleb's body. He grabs control of Caleb's body and bolts. Ethan immediately gives chase. Caleb snaps back to consciousness, regaining control. Old Vale, think of something. Stall Ethan for a few seconds. I have a divine skill to open an exit portal. Caleb nods quickly, picking up his pace to escape. Once it opens, I'll toss the ring right through. Unexpectedly, Gideon shoves him right out front next second. His soul body instantly flees Caleb's physical frame. Caleb hurtles toward Ethan completely out of control. Before he can even react, a dark gold sword beam slashes down like a scythe. Caleb is sliced into blood mist with a single strike. Seeing this, Gideon frantically casts his divine skill. Instantly, space across the Eversoul wilds turns unstable. A massive black hole tears open out of thin air right before Gideon. He dives straight into the portal to escape. In a flash, Gideon lands inside a realm of void. Relaxing, he mutters to himself, Guess I have to find a new host. Without a spatial skill and artifact, nobody can catch me. I'll get my revenge on that kid later. Before his words fade, a massive rift tears open. Time itself freezes around him. A dead guy like you belongs back in the grave. Ethan steps into the void, wielding the sovereign sword. Gideon senses the aura of the cold cicada tear. His face freezes, shrieking out in terror. A ninth stage space-time artifact. How is that possible? Ethan sneers cold-heartedly. Truth is, he didn't expect this either. Earlier, when Gideon entered the black hole, the cold cicada tear inside him emerged, ripping through space to chase him. Who knew this artifact could be used like this? Gideon grits his teeth violently. He burns his spirit body, casting a secret technique. Forcing his soul body into Ethan's mindscape, Gideon stares blankly at Ethan's mindscape, yet quickly starts burning his soul origin. Blood-red light erupts all over him. He plans to summon a heavenly Tao projection to crush Ethan. A moment later, Ethan's mindscape begins shaking violently. The sky of his mindscape tears open, and a blurry phantom steps down amidst 10,000 feet of lightning. Gideon's face lights up with wild joy, only to turn to pure terror a second later, because that phantom bears Ethan's exact face. Before he gets it, divine lightning strikes like heavenly wrath. Gideon's soul is completely obliterated on the spot. Right then, the system voice chimes. Quest complete. Reward. Doomsday Reincarnation Heart. Doomsday power obliterates all grand Daos. Even stealing opposing Daos to empower yourself, or embedding Tao power onto physical objects. Instantly, Ethan feels a wave of Tao rhythms descend upon his chest. A reality-defying aura fills the air, causing even the cold cicada tear to tremble and retreat into his dantian. Meanwhile, on the other side of the Eversoul Wilds, Noah stares at the massive spatial rift across the sky, his eyes nearly popping out of his head in shock. Driven by curiosity, Noah decides to activate his skill, hoping to glimpse Ethan's future. Noah looks around. Ethan's residual energy makes for the ultimate medium. Without hesitation, his eyes turn pale white, his pupils seemingly connecting to the river of time. Instantly, the world warps before him. A surging sea of blood, mountains of corpses. The entire world soaked in red. Countless broken weapons stand impaled in the ground, with only a solitary pale figure standing quietly in silence. Seeing this, Noah's heart pounds frantically. Just as he tries to see more details, the figure abruptly turns around. The vision shatters into pieces instantly. Noah is struck like lightning, coughing up a mouthful of blood. "What happened to you?" Chloe turns pale with alarm, quickly steadying him. Now deathly pale, Noah's head is filled with questions. What was that figure? Ethan's future is nothing but total void and ruin. He'll become an impossibly terrifying entity. Thinking of this, Noah shudders uncontrollably. Right then, Ethan steps out of the rift. Chloe's eyes light up, but before she speaks, Noah charges right up to him. "Big bro, from today on, you're my real big brother. Whoever crosses you crosses the entire Prescott family." Ethan stands there completely speechless. What on earth is this guy talking about? Right then, the spatial rift suddenly expands, warping and destroying everything around it. Oh no! The rift is collapsing this pocket realm. "Young master, we have to go." Ethan nods. "Let's head out." Shortly after, Ethan and Chloe leave the Eversoul Wilds, while Noah returns home to the Prescotts. Others inside the Eversoul Wilds notice the spatial rift as well, and quickly choose to flee. Before long, Ethan returns to Hayes Manor. Currently, Victor sits in his study, staring at Ethan in total disbelief. "You're saying you killed Gideon Vale?" Even if he was just a remnant soul, he was still an old monster of martial god rank. Victor examines Ethan, his shocked expression gradually turning into pride. "That's my boy. Shame the Eversoul Wilds collapsed so fast. You probably didn't even find a decent Tao spirit. Are you at mid-third stage now?" "I've already broken through to the 4th stage spirit realm." Victor naturally doesn't believe it. He rests a hand on Ethan to probe. Next second, the terrifying power contained within Ethan's Tao spirit flares out. "Haha, you lucky brat. You hit the ultimate jackpot." Just then, Noah arrives at Hayes Manor. And Ethan greets him in the courtyard. "What are you doing here? We're not that close." "I came specifically to see you, big bro. My family just got intel. A massive mirage vault has surfaced in the Red Wastes. It's almost half the size of Kingswell. You can sense endless treasures inside. Come with me, big bro." Ethan is taken aback. Mirage vaults hold endless opportunities. Every single one is extremely rare. Some might even hide ancient, long-lost treasures. At that, Ethan grabs Noah's hand. "My man, hang on a sec." With that, Ethan goes to check in with Victor. Soon, Ethan and Noah set off on the skyship. Crossing several cities, they reach the Red Wastes. Fierce winds whip sand against the ship's shield. The long journey wears Noah out. Wiping sweat from his brow, he speaks up. "We still have a ways to go. Bro, let's stop and take a breather." Ethan nods in agreement. They land in Dry Creek, a town on the desert's edge. Checking into an inn, a system chime suddenly sounds. The abyssal broodmother has disguised itself as a mirage vault, waiting for the otherworldly fiend Silas Vane to awaken. Quest 1. Slay the ancient demon, the abyssal broodmother. Quest 2. Slay your father's killer, Silas Vane. Reward 1. Supreme talent, abyssal dream. Reward 2. Divine skill, hand of heaven. This mirage vault must be the abyssal broodmother. I need to find Silas Vane and figure out a way to clear both quests. Stunned, Ethan ponders as Peter Dawson enters with candied spirit fruits. "Homemade Red Waste treats. Try some, boys. Thanks. Is this a local specialty?" "You bet. You two look like big city folk." "My son's your age, but dropped out due to illness. I sold our house just to pay his medical bills. Had no choice but to come home and open an inn." Noah pauses, listening closely. "What about your wife?" "She sold her core on the black market and ruined her health. We gave up." Peter forces a bitter smile. The room falls dead silent. After a silence, Ethan pulls out a pill. "This is a 6-turn restoration pill. It should help your family." Peter frantically waves his hands. Noah pulls out a pouch as well. "Here are some spirit stones for further treatment." Trembling, Peter's eyes turn red with tears. He drops to his knees, kowtowing 3 times. Ethan quickly helps him back up. "Hurry home and give your son the medicine." Thanking them again, Peter rushes out of the room. Shortly after, he arrives home. Just as he's about to share the good news, he sees his son impaling his wife's body. Peter screams in utter despair. Elliot, what are you doing? But his son's eyes are cold and unfamiliar. He has no idea his son is possessed by Silas Vane. Silas sneers coldly. Thanks for lending me your son's body. Two worthless worms aren't fit to be my parents. He lunges forward, piercing Peter's heart. Then he begins absorbing Peter's power. Soon, Silas regains peak 4th stage power. Still too weak. If I find the legendary primordial ether physique to sacrifice, the broodmother could peak in 5 years. Silas notices the pill in Peter's hand. His eyes narrow. This aura. Next morning, Ethan and Noah head downstairs, planning to set off for the Mirage Vault. The innkeeper suddenly pushes open the door. A purple gleam flashes in his eyes. Thanks for the pill, gentlemen. My family is cured. Noah notices nothing, but Ethan's brow twitches. He narrows his eyes, staring dead at Peter. Right then, Peter's son walks in. Noah says casually, glad to hear. Bro, let's head out. Wouldn't want anyone beating us to the vault. Ethan nods. Are you two here for the Mirage Vault as well? Silas steps up, catching Noah off guard. Who are you? How do you know about the vault? I was born in the Red Wastes, but traveled far. Now I'm a traveler. Name's Silas Vane. Ethan sneers internally, thinking, delivered right to my doorstep. Can't kill him just yet. I need him to find the broodmother. The vault is huge. Silas can't hide his grin either. He didn't expect that right after taking a host. He'd run into the coveted primordial ether physique. Confused, Noah activates his future vision. A moment later, Noah speaks up. We're from minor families. Just got word of it. My talent is great for tracking down vaults. So we got a head start. How about we travel together? I'm just curious. I won't take a single treasure. Ha ha ha. Sure, let's get going then. The three turn to leave. Ethan glances at Peter Dawson. Don't worry, I'll avenge you. Moments later, they board the skyship. Silas scans the intricate array runes on the hull. Surprise flashes in his eyes. A flying treasure of this caliber was rare even in my home world. Meanwhile, Ethan and Noah have already synced up, unaware that they're already 2 steps ahead of him. Silas is still scheming to awaken the broodmother, unaware both of them know his real identity. With this edge, Ethan can play him like a fiddle. Time ticks by, and the ship approaches their destination. Dark clouds suddenly gather in the clear sky. Violent thunder rumbles through the storm clouds. A massive vortex spins slowly on the distant horizon. Space warps around them like a bridge to another realm. Countless thick bolts of purple lightning explode. Silas speaks with a grim look. Be careful, you two. This storm is unreal, and the entrance is blocked. I'm afraid we'll have to wait until it passes. Noah interrupts him impatiently. He then pulls a jade plate from his spatial ring. Ripples spread from the plate, instantly clearing the wild storm. Silas's pupils shrink in shock. Is that a 7th stage artifact? Back when I was a fiend general, I only had 1 7th stage demonic gear to save my skin. How does this kid have a treasure this insane? While he's stunned, Noah puts the plate away. Silas glares at Noah, greed flashing in his eyes. Before Silas can even recover, a translucent jade cicada appears in Ethan's palm. A crisp cicada chirp echoes across heaven and earth. The surrounding space shatters like a mirror. An entrance that needed days to open naturally gets ripped wide open by force. Sensing the aura, Silas freezes completely. A 9th stage artifact. Aren't they from minor families? How is everything they pull out more absurd than the last? The skyship quickly sails through the rift. Entering a strange realm, the ship lands smoothly. Silas suppresses the shock in his heart. Forgive me, but who on earth are you two? Just regular guys. Our dads just happen to be martial gods. Silas instantly regrets everything. Why did I have to pick these 2 nightmare-spoiled brats? By now, Ethan and Noah have already walked ahead. Silas quickly scrambles after them. He secretly casts a fiend art to locate the broodmother's core. Soon, a faint resonance pulls from the northwest. Feigning excitement, Silas points toward a deep canyon. I feel a treasure vibration over there, right in that canyon. Let's check it out then. With hidden motives, all 3 head toward the canyon. Nearing the canyon, Silas's expression darkens. He's just about to strike the 2. When the ground suddenly explodes open, a massive black bug bursts out of the dirt. Fierce, peak 4th stage aura sweeps in all directions. It's a broodmother offspring, outmatching any 4th stage warrior. Near impossible to kill, Silas's face pales, and he prepares to run. When a crisp sword hum rings across the canyon, Ethan stands tall with his blade. The giant bug's massive body explodes into blood mist. Even its lingering soul is shredded by sword intent. Silas stands there frozen like a statue, his mind going completely blank. After killing the giant bug, Ethan senses a grand Tao force ready to be stolen. His eyes light up, but sensing how insidious and vile the Tao is, he realizes it's the poison Tao. Before Ethan can even move, an earth-shattering roar blasts out. All three snap their heads up. 100-foot jet-black centipede bursts from the ground. Fifth stage aura surges outward. Noah's face turns pale. Silas glares dead at the centipede's head. A blood-red crystal is embedded there, the broodmother core. Next second, the centipede speaks human tongue, eyes brimming with savagery. Ha ha ha, haven't seen such fine blood food in years. Silas instinctively takes 2 steps back. Just then, Ethan frowns. He senses an unusual surge of energy inside the centipede. Suddenly, endless blood tentacles burst from the centipede, sealing off the entire space instantly. One tentacle impales Ethan straight through. Seeing this, Silas turns deathly pale. The primordial ether physique gone. The centipede lets out a triumphant laugh. Gotcha! You can't escape my trap. Unexpectedly, Ethan's image fades into thin air next second. I'm the one who got you. His real body appears right above the centipede's head. Brilliant ice blue light erupts around Ethan. The light turns into a frost dragon, slamming hard into the beast. With an earth-shattering boom, the 5th stage centipede gets sent flying. Its massive body crushes half a cliff. Silas's jaw drops in utter shock. Even Noah's eyes light up. Big bro is insane. The centipede roars wildly, thrashing its body in fury. It has never taken a hit this bad since birth. Next second, it lunges straight at Ethan, spewing out insanely corrosive poison mist. Yet Ethan blurs, landing heavy punches. Every strike blasts right into the centipede's joints. Frost energy surges inside with each strike, cracking its icy carapace. The centipede shrieks in searing agony. Beaten senseless, it desperately begs for mercy. Don't kill me. I can be your mount. Ethan sneers with disgust. Sorry, you're way too gross. Watching this one-sided beatdown from the side, Noah and Silas swallow hard together. Knowing its death is inevitable, it decides to self-destruct and take Ethan down too. Blinding red light flares across its entire body. Seconds later, a massive explosion booms out. The crushing shockwave flattens the entire canyon. Silas gets blown back hundreds of yards into a cliff. Ethan and Noah vanish completely from sight. Zero noise comes from the thick dust storm. Before long, the dust settles. Covered in blood, Silas crawls painfully out of the rubble. Good thing I stole a life-saving artifact from my tribe. What a waste of that primordial ether physique, though. Sensing the broodmother core's position, he moves to grab it. Just then, Ethan walks calmly out of the dust storm, holding the blood-red crystal right in his hand. Not only is he unharmed, not a speck of dust touches his coat. Silas freezes on the spot. How is that possible? You didn't die? Ethan gives a half-smile and says, You're still alive too, aren't you? Ethan carefully inspects the blood-red crystal in his hand. Sensing through his reincarnation heart, he clearly catches the aura of the Grand Tao's core origin within it. A theory gradually takes shape in his mind. Silas Vane forces a fake smile. Brother Ethan, could you give me that crystal? It looks pretty cool. I'd love to study it. Silas is burning with anxiety. The broodmother core is right there, but he doesn't dare snatch it. Only because the power Ethan displayed was utterly terrifying. Luckily, Ethan casually tosses the crystal to him. If you want it, take it. Ethan then frowns and asks, Where's Noah? I know where Noah ran off to. I'll take you to him. Sure. Ethan smirks. He knows Silas is lying. But Silas has no idea Ethan already has a plan. With that, the two head out. Meanwhile, Noah tumbles out of a spatial rift. Good thing I ran fast. Big bro must be fine. I need to find him fast. Just then, commotion comes from the distance. Immediately after, four powerful auras sweep forward. Noah's eyes darken. Who's there? Meanwhile, in the center of a desolate, warped space, a massive cocoon stands silently. Eerie patterns cover its surface, pulsing like blood vessels. Silas slowly approaches the cocoon, his eyes gleaming with fanatical fervor. Looking around, Ethan asks, Where's Noah? But Silas doesn't answer, obsessively stroking the cocoon's surface instead. Finally made it here. Ha ha ha. Silas laughs maniacally, turning around with a hideous snarl. I've been lying to you the entire time. This is where the broodmother slumbers. You probably didn't know, did you? Your primordial ether physique is the ultimate sacrifice to awaken it. Once it wakes up, this world faces absolute annihilation. Hearing this, Ethan suddenly bursts into laughter. So this is the abyssal broodmother's real body. Thanks for bringing me here, otherworldly fiend. As the words drop, Silas's face fills with panic. But regaining his composure, he growls, Even if you know everything, I'll still sacrifice you to the broodmother. I'll make you suffer the most painful death imaginable." With that, Silas pulls out the broodmother core, followed by his own flesh, blood, and bone. The core and blood sacrifice glow brightly. The crystal sinks straight into the cocoon, while the blood and flesh spread across the shell like living creatures. The entire space begins shaking violently. A pure torrent of energy cascades down from above, pouring straight into Silas's body. His power breaks through to the 5th stage in an instant. Silas kneels devoutly before the cocoon. "Awaken, my lord." Next second, the cocoon erupts with blinding blood-red light, the patterns on its shell squirming wildly. Yet moments later, an explosion booms as the mountain-sized cocoon blows apart. Standing aside, Ethan smiles and shakes his head. Back when he got the blood-red crystal, he sensed its Tao core origin through his reincarnation heart, and he happened to possess a counteracting Tao force inside him. So Ethan beat him at his own game, injecting the counterforce into the crystal before giving it to Silas, while extracting the broodmother's original core. The already weakened broodmother larva couldn't handle that power at all. Silas's smile freezes, his mind going completely blank. Next second, the system chimes. Quest complete. Obtained supreme talent. Abyssal dream. Transcends dead souls, granting them eternal phantom existence, even reversing life and death to a certain extent. Ethan's pupils turn dark black with starry white specks. He can even sense the fading soul light of the abyssal broodmother. Right then, Silas erupts with all his remaining strength, throwing a heavy punch straight at Ethan. Yet Ethan catches it effortlessly. Refusing to accept reality, Silas throws punch after punch at Ethan. Unexpectedly, Ethan blocks every single strike. Silas completely breaks down. His combat skills are utterly useless against Ethan. Suddenly, space warps violently. The phantom of the abyssal broodmother solidifies behind Ethan. Already broken, Silas goes completely insane. Didn't the broodmother explode? What the hell is going on? Ethan just gives a slight smile. "You look pitiful enough. I'll have the broodmother send you home." With a cold wave of Ethan's hand, the broodmother behind him opens its massive jaws wide. Amidst horrific screams, Silas is swallowed whole. Blood-red light blazes around the broodmother as its power surges rapidly, finally breaking through to the 6th stage. Seeing this, Ethan is amazed. Truly worthy of a future ancient demon. Devouring just one guy pushed it straight to 6th stage. Next second, the surroundings begin to shift. Everything returns to how it originally was. All of that was just an illusion created by Abyssal Dream. Right then, the system voice chimes. Quest complete. Obtained divine skill, Hand of Heaven. Collapses time backward and shatters spatial layers in its wake. Ethan nods in satisfaction, reviewing the effects. Not only did I gain 2 powerful moves on this trip, I also picked up a future ancient demon as a minion. Ethan can't help marveling at the massive haul. Thinking of this, Ethan suddenly freezes. Where's Noah? Almost forgot about him. Turning around immediately, he looks at the broodmother. "Help me find someone." "Understood, master." Its thousands of compound eyes glow crimson all at once. Invisible mental waves instantly sweep across 1,000 miles. Within 3 breaths, it finds the location. To the southeast. Meanwhile, Noah is fleeing at top speed. A figure radiating a 5th stage aura is chasing right behind him. It was Silas's squad mate, Rex. Sensing Noah's aura, he tracked him all the way here. His eyes turned murderous. Sacrificing his own right arm, he unleashed a crimson sword beam straight at Noah. Bypassing all defense, it pierced Noah's shield. Noah shrieked, plummeting from midair, and crashing hard into the sand dunes. Rex closed in fast. Just as he was about to strike, the sky suddenly tore open. A colossal claw broke through the clouds, ripping space apart. And then, the abyssal broodmother descended. Seeing this, Rex dropped to his knees and shouted, "Lord Broodmother, it's us. We're your brethren." Yet next second, a lazy voice echoed out, "Sorry, but I'm its master." Rex snapped his head up. Ethan stood casually right atop the broodmother's head. Classic big bro. Rex refused to believe a word Ethan said. He kept yelling, trying to rouse the broodmother. Instead, the abyssal broodmother slammed its giant claw down. Rex was crushed into a mist of blood. The broodmother opened its jaw, devouring the blood mist. Instantly, its energy surged wildly, boosting its power straight to 6th stage, level 3. Noah watched, utterly slack-jawed. "Big bro, what on earth is this thing? Once a 9th stage demon god, now just my minion." Noah's eyes blazed with fanatic awe. He was just thrilled he backed the right guy. "By the way, big bro, I sense tons of treasures along the way. Let's go grab them." Ethan nodded. With the broodmother's help, the two went on a treasure hunt. Before long, they uncovered numerous precious relics. even finding treasures not even the Hazes possessed. Splitting the loot, they prepared to head out. With a thought from the abyssal broodmother, a spatial vortex tore open before them. The two stepped into the vortex and vanished. The broodmother retreated into the abyssal dream. When Ethan opened his eyes, he found himself in a bustling city plaza. Where the hell am I? Am I even still in Arden? Ethan looked around, quickly pinpointing his location from the locals. This is Mesa City, thousands of miles from Kingswell. I'd rather be back in the Red Wastes. Ethan shook his head. Just as he was about to pull out a transmission jade, harsh insults echoed from a street corner. A white-haired girl was being shoved around. With your trash talent, landing a sterling is a blessing. Stop acting all innocent. Compared to your sister, you're nothing. The white-haired girl was pale, her body marked with cuts. Ethan frowned when the system chimed. Reunited with past savior, Grace Whitmore, holder of a divine talent. Quest: help Grace Whitmore break free from her inner demons. Reward: divine talent, Soul Lantern World Illuminator. Ethan froze in place. She's my past benefactor? And holds a divine talent? After a moment's thought, Ethan walked over. He could never turn a blind eye to someone who saved him. Yet just as Ethan went to stop the scene, a sharp female voice barked out. What are you doing? Hands off my sister. It was Grace's sister, Ava Whitmore. Ava glanced at Grace, disdain flickering in her eyes, before stepping in front to shield her. The bullies quickly spoke up. Sorry, Ava. We were just standing up for you. You should be the one marrying young Master Sterling. Hearing this, Ava's lips curled into a subtle smirk, yet she still scolded them. My sister marrying young Master Sterling is her luck. Bully her again, and I'll make you regret it. Witnessing this, bystanders showered her with praise, while hurling scorns at Grace. Grace lowered her head in shame. Thank you, Ava. Ava shot her a cold side eye, then smiled warmly and said, Don't worry, I've got your back. By the way, that $3 million Mom gave you for Dad's pills. Where's the cash? Grace froze in confusion. What money? Come on, sis. Stashing cash is fine normally, but not this time. Hearing this, Grace panicked instantly. Didn't you have the money all along? What are you saying? You can't do this. That's Dad's life-saving money. Watching this, the crowd glared at Grace with disgust, hurling vile curses and insults. Grace's eyes welled with tears at the harsh words. She couldn't understand why her sister was framing her. Just as Grace plunged into despair, Ethan stepped forward and spoke up. It's just $3 million. Is bullying her really necessary? A single meal for my spirit hound costs $4 million. Ava's face darkened. What crap are you spewing? You! Before she finished, Ethan tossed out a grade 6 pill. This pill could buy your life. Now beat it. Ava caught it, about to blow a fuse, when the aura of the supreme grade 6 pill instantly hooked her. A supreme grade 6 pill? Hearing this, the bystanders' eyes widened in shock. Even the cheapest grade 6 pill costs $10 million. Ava's expression turned hideously dark. Suddenly, Noah grabbed Ava by her arm. A ring on Ava's hand glowed, and a black card dropped straight out. Isn't the money right here on you? The crowd watched in utter disbelief. Ava's face twisted instantly. Panic flashes in her eyes. Grace stares at Ava in disbelief. Then Ava acts like she just realized her mistake. Oh, it was my mistake. I made you take the blame, sis. I'm so sorry. Right then, Ethan's cold voice rings out. You think my mistake covers it? Ava's face freezes. What's that supposed to mean? Ethan scoffs. Meanwhile, Noah can't hold back any longer. He lunges like a tiger, throwing a punch straight at Ava's face. Ava screams in pain, hitting the ground wailing. Dead silence. Everyone stares in shock, yet Ava slowly gets up. She wants to tear Noah apart right now, but she has to keep up the act. So Ava forces a pitiful smile. I'm sorry, sis. If getting beaten makes you feel better, I'll take it. Grace freezes, completely stunned. Ava sneers internally, but Ethan just laughs. You said it, not me. Next second, Ethan throws a punch. His fist lands flush against Ava's face. In a flash, Ava flies backward, knocked out cold. Pin drop silence, nobody understands what just happened. Ethan turns to Grace and asks, Are you all right? I'm okay. Thank you both. Looking at Grace's dirty clothes, Ethan sighs. Come with us. With that, the two lead Grace away. Soon after, Ava wakes up. Struggling to her feet, she mutters under her breath. On the wedding day, Gavin will dump you for me anyway. Just you wait. Then she limps away in disgrace. Meanwhile, Ethan and Noah buy Grace new clothes. They even bring her to a restaurant to eat. Over dinner, Ethan asks around and learns Grace's story. Ava has stellar talent, so she can do no wrong. While Grace awakened the weakest talent, And no matter how hard she tries, her family despises her. Yet despite being close to Ava, the Sterling heir, specifically demanded to marry Grace. Naturally, Grace refuses to marry him. At the table, Noah grins wide. "We'll take you out of here." Grace snaps her head up, but quickly lowers it again. "But who are you guys really? You hurt Ava. And the Sterlings will definitely come after you. You should just leave." Ethan and Noah don't budge an inch. Ethan looks calmly at Grace. "If you don't want to marry him, listen to me." With that, Ethan pulls out a transmission jade. "Uncle Mason, got a job for you." Meanwhile, at Whitmore Manor Council Hall, the entire Whitmore Manor is decked out in festive lights, making final preparations for tomorrow's wedding. Leonard Whitmore, patriarch of the Whitmores, sits at the head. Just then, a servant rushes in frantically. "My lord, bad news. The Everetts refused to sell us spirit silk. The Callahans snatched the banquet hall we booked, and the Maddoxes called to revoke our spirit beast rentals." Bad news pours in one after another, as if someone is targeting the Whitmore wedding behind the scenes. Hearing this, Leonard smashes the table to pieces. What on earth is going on? At this moment, Ethan still hasn't received a quest completion notification. He falls into thought. Sabotaging the Whitmores like this still didn't resolve Grace's inner demon. Looks like I'll have to crash the wedding directly. Uncle Mason can get here before tomorrow anyway. Thinking of this, Ethan speaks up. "We're going with you tomorrow." Hearing this, Grace quickly speaks out. "Big figures from both the Sterlings and Whitmores will be there. My sister won't let you off. I know you're helping me, but you can't take this risk." Unexpectedly, Ethan and Noah exchange a knowing smile. "Don't worry, just sit back and watch tomorrow." Grace feels helpless, yet she knows they must have something up their sleeves. Time slowly ticks away. Soon arrives the wedding day uniting the Whitmores and Sterlings. Red silks hang throughout Whitmore Manor as guests flood in. Red silks hang throughout Whitmore Manor as guests flood in. Yet Leonard Whitmore's face is terrifically dark. Where is Grace? Missing for 2 whole days. Just then, Ava steps up beside him. She reveals that Grace was seen with Ethan and Noah. Hearing this, Leonard explodes in fury. Right then, the Sterling heir, Gavin Sterling, walks in. Exchanging a glance with Ava, he steps forward and speaks. "Uncle Leonard, I need to talk to you." Just as Gavin is about to bring up calling off the engagement with Grace, 3 figures appear at the door. Ethan's trio. Grace lowers her head, not daring to make a sound. Ethan looks at Gavin Sterling and speaks up. "You're not worthy of Grace. We're here to call off the wedding." Hearing this, Gavin freezes on the spot. The entire Whitmore family is dumbfounded as well. Ava's face turns dark. "Guards, take them down." As her voice drops, 2 Whitmore guards charge forward. Yet next second, the abyssal broodmother descends. The terrifying pressure of a 6th-stage demon sweeps the venue. Before the 2 guards can even shriek, they're crushed into blood mist by the broodmother. Everyone's face turns pale with horror. Snapping out of his shock, Gavin Sterling grits his teeth. "I'm the heir of the Sterlings. The Cloudspire order backs me." And Gavin's face turns deadly dark. He frantically contacts his father, then turns to Grace and roars. "I came here today to call off the wedding and humiliate you. The one I'm marrying is your sister." Hearing this, Leonard Whitmore's face softens. He barks sternly, "Grace, get over here and apologize to Gavin right now. Just wait till Lord Sterling gets here." Hearing the crowd, Grace begins to tremble. But seeing Ethan give her a gentle nod, her eyes flicker and she shouts, "No way, you've hated me my whole life. I don't owe anyone an apology." As the words leave her lips, Grace's heart thuds wildly. A strange warmth surges from her chest to her limbs. Ancient runes glow deep within her pupils. Seeing this, Ethan's eyes light up. Her talent is awakening. But then, a terrifying aura suddenly descends. Malcolm Sterling, head of the Sterlings, strides out of thin air. He's already a peak 7th-stage powerhouse. Overjoyed, Leonard Whitmore steps forward to bow. Malcolm's eyes lock straight onto the abyssal broodmother. Surprise flashes in his eyes. Seeing the beast is extraordinary. "This beast belongs with me. Which young friend brought it?" At these words, Grace turns ghost white. She instinctively grabs Ethan's jacket. "You're really shameless. What fate are you talking about?" Total silence falls over the room. Malcolm's gaze turns ice cold. "You're asking to die." He launches a blast of energy straight at Ethan. Massive power crushes down upon him. Yet an ancient jade talisman glows in Ethan's hand. A golden barrier instantly blocks the strike. Malcolm's face pales with shock. A 7th-stage artifact. "Who are you?" Next second, a massive shadow covers all of Whitmore Manor. A huge skyship looms in the sky above the manor. Everyone looks up in awe. Ethan just smiles and recalls the abyssal broodmother. The ship's hatch opens, and Mason Ward steps out into midair. He instantly lands by Ethan's side. Young master. Malcolm shudders upon hearing that. Yet Leonard Whitmore still doesn't realize how doomed they are. Backed by Malcolm, he yells arrogantly, "Insolent! Who dares trespass on Whitmore grounds?" But with just a cold glance from Mason, Leonard Whitmore explodes into a mist of blood. Realizing Ethan's terrifying identity, Malcolm stammers, "Friend, this land is under the Cloudspire order. Uncle Mason, shut him up." Next second, Mason roars, "The young master told you to shut up." The crowd gasps in horror. Malcolm Sterling is instantly blasted into blood mist. Seeing this, Gavin Sterling collapses to the floor. Ava Whitmore turns ghost white, her lips shaking. Anyone else got a problem? Just then, a sonic boom cuts through the sky. Everett Crane, leader of the Cloudspire Order, descends. Everett Crane, leader of the Cloudspire Order, descends. Seeing this, Gavin thinks he's saved, only to witness an even more desperate sight. Sect leader Everett drops to one knee right before Ethan. Everett Crane of the Cloudspire Order greets young Master Hayes. "Pardon me for not greeting Lord Hayes and Lord Prescott upon your arrival. It was my grave oversight. No big deal." With Ethan's identity as the Hayes heir exposed, countless eyes shift straight onto Grace Whitmore. Grace stares at Ethan's back, her heart pounding frantically. Her mind goes completely blank. It all clicks for her in an instant, because he's the young master of the Supreme Hayes family. Ethan turns to look at Grace. "What do you plan to do now?" But Grace doesn't know how to answer. Suddenly, Everett steps forward. "Lord Hayes, may I take this girl as my apprentice?" Ethan is a bit surprised. "Did this old guy spot something? Are you willing?" "I am. Since she's okay with it, sure." Everett is overjoyed upon hearing this. "I will treat her like my own daughter." Next second, the system chime sounds. Quest complete. Reward: Divine Talent Soul Lantern World Illuminator. Detects anyone's intention or awareness toward you, and can temporarily suppress others' talents. Excited by this, Ethan turns to Mason. "Uncle Mason, handle these people." He then steps onto the skyship with Noah. Mason glares at the Whitmores and barks, "Take your final breath." Screams erupt, and moments later, no Whitmores are left alive. Grace leaves with Everett. On the skyship, Noah grins. "Big bro, I'm heading back to Rosemont. Come visit me in Kingswell whenever." Noah smirks warmly. Then he vanishes into the ship's teleportation array. Mason steps aboard, and the skyship sets sail back to Kingswell. En route, Ethan enters the training room and sits cross-legged. Dozens of rare, heavenly treasures float around him. Ethan grabs a 9-turn spirit ginseng and swallows it whole. Instantly, a wave of colossal energy explodes inside him. Surrounding energy surges wildly toward him. Ethan's cultivation skyrockets at terrifying speed, finally stabilizing at 4th stage, level 5. Back at Hayes Manor, Victor Hayes sits at the head with a smile. "Julian is coming back soon. Get things ready. Ethan should be back about now too." Julian Hayes is Ethan's cousin. His father fought beasts from another world alongside Victor Hayes, and tragically died in battle. Julian's mother also died during childbirth. Ever since, Victor Hayes has taken care of Julian. A few years ago, Julian left home to make his own way. There had been no news of him for years. Rebecca Sinclair stays silent, because Julian was the one who corrupted Ethan in the first place. Just then, Ethan appears. "I'm back." Victor is about to speak, when he senses the abyssal broodmother inside Ethan. He instantly flashes right next to him, sweeping his divine sense wildly through Ethan's body. "Whatever you are, get out of him." His thunderous roar erupts with peak 9th stage pressure. Massive spiritual energy surges into Ethan, sealing off all his meridians. Ethan frantically shouts, "Dad, let me explain." Ethan then recounts what happened in the Red Wastes, tweaking a few details. The couple stands frozen on the spot. Exchanging glances, both are in utter shock. Victor releases his power, restraining Ethan. "Look at you. You've really made something of yourself." Just as he speaks, a figure in white arrives at Hayes Manor. It's Julian Hayes. "Uncle Victor, Aunt Rebecca. Long time no see. You too, Ethan." Julian looks at Ethan with a smile. "Long time no see, Julian." Victor speaks up warmly. "Come in. Have a seat first." They quickly catch up on old times. After a moment, Julian speaks up. "I heard Ethan's changed. All grown up now, huh?" Ethan says nothing, his brow furrowed. Past memories resurface, making him suspect Julian corrupted the original Ethan on purpose. Ethan senses Julian's cultivation is at the 5th stage. His eyes narrow slightly. Victor steps in to smooth things over. "Your little brother has changed big time recently. You haven't been getting into trouble out there, have you? Uncle Victor, you're a martial god. Who'd dare mess with me?" Though Ethan doesn't seem as warm as before, Are you blaming me for not taking you out to party? Julian glances sideways at Rebecca as he speaks, expecting her to scold Ethan like usual. Unexpectedly, Rebecca flashes a loving smile. It's normal for young men to cut loose. Ethan, take your cousin out later and show him around Kingswell. Hearing this, Julian's smile freezes. The mother who used to hate Ethan going out is standing up for him. Julian stares deeply at Ethan, now certain Ethan has truly changed. Shortly after, Ethan takes Julian out. Wanna hit the Gilded Crown Club? My treat. Ethan nods. Sure. Julian sneers internally. Old habits die hard. All these years of scheming weren't for nothing. I spiked his drinks with talent-destroying poison, dragged him to nightclubs to ruin his training, and secretly goaded him into offending every major family. It was all to destroy him completely, so why did he suddenly get so strong? He's almost catching up to me. Thinking of this, Julian grits his teeth. Ethan looks at Julian calmly. With the Soul Lantern World Illuminator talent, he picked up on Julian's malice long ago. Ethan then asks casually, "Where have you been all these years?" Julian quickly suppresses his emotions. "I've been fighting cults over in the Atlantic Federation. An evil syndicate named New Dawn popped up over there. Want to come abroad with me and check it out?" Ethan is about to refuse when the system chimes. Julian Hayes betrayed the Hayes to lead New Dawn, ultimately causing the downfall of your family. Quest: slay Julian Hayes and eliminate New Dawn. Reward: supreme skill, celestial eclipse. Ethan's gaze darkens instantly. He can't fathom why Julian would betray him. After a pause, Ethan speaks up. Sounds like a plan. Julian's eyes light up, sneering in his heart. I've been sacrificing prodigies worldwide these past years. Soaring in power, I came back to Arden to snatch more prodigies. My original target was the Carter heir. Since you offered yourself up, don't blame me. Thinking of this, Julian bursts into laughter. Ha ha ha, let's go tell Uncle Victor and Aunt Rebecca later. Ethan nods calmly. Soon they contact Victor and Rebecca. No problem, just stay safe. Hanging up, Julian says, let's head to the skyship. Ethan shakes his head. No need for all that trouble. With that, space warps violently before him, ripping the void open without warning. Julian's pupils shrink in alarm. A spatial artifact, and a top-tier one at that. I need to rethink the plan. Julian narrows his eyes. Meanwhile, inside a dark cathedral in the Atlantic Federation, a blond man stands quietly. Suddenly, the cathedral doors burst open. A member hurries inside. Leader, Julian says he found a gift. He's on his way to the Federation. He says it's his brother, Ethan. The blond man pauses, quickly ordering subordinates to pull up Ethan's background. Before long, he receives the full dossier. Scanning through it, he bursts into wild laughter. Ethan's talent is terrifyingly insane. Julian really has what it takes to succeed me. The only issue is the spatial artifact Ethan carries. Thinking of this, the blond man turns around. A blood-red rune glows in his palm. This blood ward is enough to lock down space for miles. Worst-case scenario, I can use Julian as leverage. After all, those two used to be thick as thieves. On a nearby beach, Julian Hayes sneered to himself. The cathedral was under 20 kilometers away. Once I lure Ethan inside, he's dead meat. Taking him down will be a breeze. Thinking this, Julian spoke up. I just got word cultists are active nearby. I need to check it out. Go look around on your own first. Ethan nodded. With that, Julian hurried off. Ethan just sneered. He knew Julian was heading off to meet the cult. But Ethan had no plans to follow him. Looking at a club in the distance, he grinned. Time to sample some exotic local flavor. With that, Ethan walked inside and soon entered a room. The room smelled of exotic perfume as a waitress glided over. She started massaging Ethan, and soon he drifted off. The waitress's look turned dark. Come with me, young Master Hayes. Saying that, she reached out to grab Ethan. Unexpectedly, Ethan grabbed her wrist. Drugging me? That's amateur hour. Her eyes went cold, killing intent surging. Her fourth stage, level 6 power exploded out. But before she could move, Ethan blasted her back with one punch. She slammed hard into the wall. Her eyes darkened. She knew she was no match for Ethan. Without hesitation, she fled, and Ethan instantly pursued. Meanwhile, inside the cathedral, Julian had arrived. Conrad Blackwood was preparing for the sacrifice. Suddenly, a blood-curdling scream shattered the silence. The cathedral doors burst wide open. Nadia Cole rushed inside, terrified. Save me! Yet next second, her body exploded into pieces. Through the blood mist, Ethan stepped out with his sword. I really didn't want you to learn the truth. Guess I'll just have to suck it up and kill you. All right, got it. Can I ask why? Julian's brow furrowed tightly. He didn't see the shock or agony he had expected. Still, he sneered. Because I'm a cultist too, and you're my target. As he spoke, Julian's aura flared. unleashing his fifth stage power with zero restraint. Unexpectedly, Ethan vanished into thin air, grabbing Julian's throat in a split second. Julian froze, unable to budge an inch, his eyes filled with absolute disbelief. Before he could struggle, violent thunderous force exploded. Julian shrieked as lightning swallowed him whole. Then he was hurled backward. Just then, a fifth stage core member rushed over. Julian struggled back to his feet. Without hesitating, both struck at once. Yet Ethan just raised a hand and blasted them both flying. Felix growled, seeing this. "Stall him for me." Gritting his teeth, Julian charged Ethan once again. Felix took the chance to invade Ethan's Danteon with a divine skill, trying to crush his spiritual core. But the moment he probed inside Ethan's Danteon, a pair of crimson eyes slowly opened. Felix bled from all 7 orifices, his mind completely shattering. Outside, Julian was blasted flying by Ethan once again. His sternum shattered, Julian turned deathly pale. "I'm your brother. You can't kill me." Hearing this, Ethan paused. Just then, Felix scrambled behind Julian, throttling his neck tight. "Stay back, or I'll kill him." Julian was furious and terrified. Holding him hostage, Felix kept shouting, bringing up intel about their close past. Unexpectedly, Ethan just sneered. "Then I really should thank him, shouldn't I?" With that, the sovereign sword appeared in Ethan's hand. Then a dazzling golden beam ripped across the sky. Under Felix's stunned gaze, Julian's body blew up. Clouds darkened the sky instantly. A colossal, sky-blotting hand materialized out of thin air, crushing down with world-destroying pressure. It was Ethan's hand of heaven. With an earth-shattering roar, the cathedral was obliterated. Ground cracked and dust shot skyward. Right then, in the cathedral's underground lair, dozens of robed cultists surrounded a blood-red altar. Countless unconscious prodigies were bound to it. Conrad Blackwood stood at the altar's peak, waiting for the sacrifice to finish. Raising his scepter, he was about to start the ritual, when a massive giant hand appeared out of nowhere, slamming hard toward the altar. Conrad roars, swinging his staff. "Who's there?" Blinding black light flared from his scepter, blocking the strike cold. The shockwave of colliding power swept the underground space. The robed cultists around the altar were blasted back. Through the dust, Ethan stepped down from midair. "The guy here to wipe you out." Conrad's eyes turned dark. "Seems I underestimated you, but walking right into my trap is laughably stupid." As his voice fell, the robed cultists surged forward, every single one at least 4th stage. Conrad glared at Ethan. "This place has divine protection. All artifacts and treasures are sealed here." Scared yet? Ethan said nothing, simply swinging his sword. An insanely violent surge of power exploded. Lightning and gold light wrapped around sword beams, flying into the cultists. Flesh and blood flew wherever the light slashed. Conrad froze in shock. He instantly realized how insanely strong Ethan was. Leaping to his feet, he prepared to strike. But a green lantern suddenly glowed on Ethan's forehead. Soul Lantern World Illuminator. Soft light swallowed the whole cathedral in an instant. Conrad's face paled with horror. He realizes his talent is gone, but soon sneers maliciously. "Talent or not, I'll still kill you." With that, the blonde man forms hand signs, blasting a blood-red spell straight at Ethan. Unexpectedly, the cathedral roof splits open. Heavenly laws cascade down like a veil of light, instantly obliterating the blood spell. Seeing this, the blonde man's voice cracks for the first time. "Heavenly protection. How is this possible?" Sensing trouble, he frantically charges the altar, chanting an ancient spell. The prodigies on the altar shriek in horror. As their flesh melts away to bare bones, the blonde man's power surges instantly. He spins around, laughing like a maniac. "Even if I die, I'm dragging you to hell with me." Blood-red mist wraps around him, even his eyes glowing crimson. Burning his life force, he lunges at Ethan with his ultimate strike. The bloody figure crashes violently into Ethan. Yet Ethan catches the attack with a single hand. The collision erupts into a shockwave, pulverizing rock walls for 100 meters around. Disbelief fills the blonde man's eyes. "I have God-given power. Impossible." Ethan suddenly chuckles. What kind of god is that? With a flick of Ethan's wrist, the abyssal broodmother descends in an instant. A heartbeat like war drums echoes across heaven and earth, until the broodmother's true form fully materializes. Seeing this, the blonde man shrieks hysterically, "What on earth is that? I don't believe it. I don't believe it." Ethan looks at him and sighs. Swinging his blade, he moves to slice the blonde man in two. When the ruined altar violently trembles, space shatters right before their eyes. A suffocating aura descends. Black mist surges out, forming a giant face. Then a cold voice echoes out. "An ant dares kill my believer." Yet Ethan speaks calmly. So you're the Soul Eater. The Soul Eater pauses in surprise. Since you know my name, bow to me. I can make you rule over all my followers. Ethan looks up with a sneer. If your true body descended, I'd give you some credit. But right now, you're just a wisp of consciousness. Who are you to order me? With those words, Ethan slashes his sword. The blonde man is instantly decapitated. The Soul Eater erupts in fury. Insolent ant. I gave you a chance. Ethan frowns, just about to raise his sword. When next second, he senses something. You sure you can kill me? The Soul Eater bursts out laughing. Crushing you is like squashing an ant. Unexpectedly, a thunderous boom shatters the air. You dare touch Victor Hayes' son. You dare touch Victor Hayes' son. Instantly, spatial fragments rain down. Victor Hayes steps out from the shattered void. Every step he takes makes heavenly laws rumble and resonate. The Soul Eater freezes. A martial god. Without a moment's hesitation, he shrinks into a thin line, fleeing toward the spatial rift. Yet Victor snorts, casually waving his hand. Countless purple-gold spears coalesce from thin air, wrapped in thunder, piercing through time and space. Following the consciousness thread, they strike the Soul Eater's main body directly. The Soul Eater lets out a blood-curdling shriek. Impaled by the spears in the void, he slowly burns away to nothing. Moments later, the black mist clears. The sky clears up again. Right then, the system voice chimes. Quest complete. Obtained supreme skill. Celestial Eclipse. Switches between two divine domains to annihilate opponents. Before Ethan can even celebrate, Victor steps down beside him. Standing with hands behind his back, a flash of pain passes through his eyes. I know everything about Julian. The Hayeses don't need a traitor like him. It's my fault for not watching over the boy properly. Ethan catches his breath. His father knew all along. Did he follow me all this way? Suddenly, Victor's brow furrows. Looks like we have guests. Holy light flares across the horizon. In an instant, Roland Ashcombe, one of the 8 High Paladins, appears, accompanied by a paladin guard. The guard glares at Victor and Ethan, barking, "Insolent! How dare you not kneel before Sir Roland?" Yet the moment Roland recognizes Victor, his face turns pale. Victor chuckles softly. "Grown up, are we, little Roland? Tell your pope to get out here." With that, invisible pressure crashes down like the heavens falling. The guard beside Roland instantly explodes into blood mist. Seeing this, Roland drops to one knee without hesitation. "Forgive us, Lord Hayes and young Master Hayes. We did not know you were here." Cold sweat pours off Roland. Earlier, the Pope sensed unusual energy fluctuations and sent him to investigate, never expecting to run into the two Hayeses. Victor says calmly, "You're too low level, so I won't blame you." But the Pope didn't even notice a demon god in his own backyard. He really is getting old. Roland snaps his head up, instantly realizing the source of that strange fluctuation. "Thank you for your assistance, Lord Hayes." Victor responds nonchalantly, "Good, but I don't have time to play around with you guys." With a wave of his hand, space warps around them. In the next moment, Victor and Ethan vanish on the spot. Roland lets out a long sigh of relief. "I must report this to the High Synod immediately." Meanwhile, under clear skies in Arden, Evelyn Ashford was riding her skyship toward Kingswell. With arms crossed, she gazed into the distance. "He promised to visit me, yet he hasn't shown his face. Now I have to be the one coming to him." Just then, clouds churned in the distance. Another skyship zoomed over at top speed. Evelyn looked up. A burly man stood on the deck. It was Harrison Whittaker, eldest son of the Whittakers. "You're out of seclusion? Haven't seen you in years. You're already mid-4th stage. I just got out and heard Ethan publicly humiliated my brothers. I'm heading to Hayes Manor for justice." Evelyn stepped forward, her eyes ice cold. "I'm going to see Ethan about our marriage. Either get lost, or I'll beat you out of my way." Harrison laughed in rage. "Fine, let's see how much better you've gotten." With that, he strided forward. Terrifying mid-5th stage pressure exploded from him. The entire sky shook. Moments later, amid clashing blades, Evelyn knelt on the deck, clutching her chest. Blood spilled from her mouth, her left shoulder pierced. Harrison wasn't doing well either, his right hand trembling. Frost had seeped into his internal organs. Harrison suppressed his internal injuries, acting unbothered. Harrison suppressed his internal injuries, acting unbothered. The famous Ashford prodigy is nothing special. With that, he turned his skyship and sped off toward Kingswell. "Ethan will fall by my hand too, and you'll just have to watch helplessly." Evelyn slowly stood up. "You're nowhere near Ethan's level." Meanwhile, at Hayes Manor, space rippled. Victor appeared out of thin air with Ethan. "Your Uncle Richard sent word that Evelyn's on her way. She should be here any minute." "What's she coming here for?" Victor gave Ethan a knowing look. "Handle it yourself." Then he vanished into thin air, leaving Ethan standing there dazed. Just then, A skyship appeared on the horizon. Ethan Hayes, get your ass out here. Ethan narrowed his eyes. Wait, isn't it supposed to be Evelyn? I am Harrison Whitaker, eldest son of the Whitakers. I'm here to get justice for my brothers. It finally clicked for Ethan. Memories of Harrison flashed through his mind. Harrison possesses incredible sword talent, once fighting 4 opponents at once in a tournament without losing ground. While Ethan was lost in thought, too scared to speak. The Ashford girl actually tried to stop me for you. Too bad I don't go easy on pretty girls. Ethan narrowed his eyes. He didn't expect Evelyn to stand up for him. Once I settle this jerk, I'll have to thank her properly. At the Manor Observatory, Rebecca looked worried. Can Ethan handle him? That's a mid-5th stage fighter. Victor stood with hands behind his back, smirking. Just sit back and watch. Seeing Ethan stay silent, Harrison impatiently drew his sword. Today, I'm taking justice for my brothers. The sovereign sword materialized in Ethan's hand. Nice sword. Too bad its master is useless trash. I won't pick on you. I'll give you 3 free hits. My specialty is making trash like you see the gap between us. Ethan smirked upon hearing that. And my specialty is crushing the pride of prodigies like you. With that, Ethan slashed his sword, draining color from the world. A colossal black sword beam ripped across the sky. Harrison's blood froze in his veins. Instantly, his bone swallow sword hummed, defending its master on instinct. Harrison frantically unleashed 9-turn Frost Star. Layers of icy sword wheels formed a massive shield in front of him. Yet the sword energy blasted through, effortlessly shattering the shield. Harrison spat blood, launched backward through the air. Now who needs to see the gap? Impossible. Harrison barely steadied himself and roared in fury. He glared dead at the dark blade in Ethan's hand. You're just a weakling carried by a god artifact. My blade is no joke either. Before his words faded, terrifying sword intent exploded around him. 7 sword dragons roared straight toward the sovereign sword. Yet the sovereign sword merely let out a soft hum, instantly shattering all 7 dragons into dust. Harrison's smirk froze instantly. Your sword is trash and so are you. With that, a terrifying pressure crashed down. His bone swallow sword shattered into pieces. Next second, the world before Harrison vanished, leaving only a colossal, radiant moon. And in the center of that moon, Ethan stood with hands behind his back. Harrison panicked as his body and mind slowed to a crawl. He couldn't even activate his domain. Instantly, countless beams of moonlight pierced right through him, each beam surging with powerful, rule-twisting force. Agonized screams echoed through the clouds. Harrison's years of sword cultivation drained away rapidly, like an eraser wiping out his entire life. Just then, Victor Hayes descended from the sky. All right, Ethan, that's enough. Hearing this, Ethan pulled back his skill, and the bright moon faded away. Harrison's battered body plummeted to the ground. Why did I come to Hayes Manor? Why? Victor just shook his head helplessly. Guess I've got to clean up this brat's mess again.